It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. A very pleasant Sunday afternoon to you. Welcome to Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson with you on the ITT Tech pregame show. Today, it's the Travelers taking on the Springfield Cardinals in Game 5 of a 5-game series. The ITT Tech pregame show on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. Thanks for tuning in. Your future can be improved through education, and you can prepare right now at ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go online at www.itt-tech.edu. Well, it has been an emotional roller coaster for the Travelers ever since Friday night. The walk-off grand slam hit by Greg Porter, and the Travs were set up yesterday for their second straight win, banging out 15 base hits, taking a 10-3 lead into the ninth inning. But the biggest implosion of the season by the Traveler bullpen, and possibly the biggest implosion since the Angels affiliation began in 2001, took place last night as the Cardinals rallied with 2 outs to score all 8 runs in the ninth inning. With those 2 outs, a 2-run double by Nick Stavinoha just up past the outstretched glove of David Gates along the left field fence tied the game, and then Josh Presley, who had been hit by a ball during batting practice, knocks in the winning run with a base hit to right field. The Travelers losing for the 10th time in 12 games, but yesterday's loss felt like a week's worth of losses. The Travelers built that 10-3 lead thanks to an outstanding offensive attack. Matt Pauley hitting a 2-run homer, Bobby Wilson a 3-run shot, David Gates had a 3-for-5 effort, but the Travelers still unable to pick up that victory, and it shows you the big difference in the team this year is a complete imbalance between the offense and the pitching staff. The Arkansas Travelers hold the highest team batting average in the Texas League at 276, yet they hold the highest team ERA in the Texas League by almost a run and a half at 5.54. No other Texas League team has an ERA higher than 4.20. That's why the Travs hold the worst record in the Texas League at 15-26, even though the team's offense leads the league with 47 homers, 393 base hits, and 36 stolen bases. The Travs have not been able to make up this slack that has been produced by the Travs pitching staff. And today, they're going to have to get a big start from Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael needs to deliver one for himself as well, as in 5 starts, Rodriguez has dropped to 0-2, allowing an ERA at 10.72. He's given up 9 homers in just 22 and 2/3 innings, and this is a big start for Rodriguez. And knowing that the Travs bullpen is tired and not pitching very well, Rodriguez will need to go about 6 to 7 innings today for the Travs to get a victory. He'll be going up against the pitcher who's also struggled for Springfield, Cardinal right-hander Chris Lambert, 2-4 with a 5.89 ERA. Former first-round pick out of Boston College has had some trouble at Double-A over the last 2 years. Cardinals in first place in the Texas League North at 24-16, 1.5 games in front of the Drillers. So the Cardinals, with that 8-run rally yesterday, not only picked up the win, but they also stayed a game and a half in front of the Drillers. Tulsa, a 7-6 victory at Wichita last night. The Travs, as we mentioned, the worst record in the Texas League at 15-26, residing in last place in the North, 9.5 games out of first behind Springfield. And 42 games here into the season, the Travs hopes to get to the pennant race by at least a couple of weeks, and then you got to have that sprint until the Texas League All-Star game on June 20th. First half of the season slowly falling by the wayside for the 2006 Arkansas Travelers. Today in Game 5 of the series, the Travs will try to make it 2 wins out of 5 games against the Cardinals. And we'll have plenty more coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show. All the scores from yesterday's Texas League and how the Angels are doing as well on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
emergency hotline. Can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. Stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to sunny Raywinder Field. 90 degrees at the moment. Going to stay about 90 for the remainder of the afternoon. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, here for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Well, last night the Tulsa Drillers stayed within a game and a half of the Springfield Cardinals. Tulsa picking up a 7-6 victory at Wichita yesterday. Drillers shortstop Troy Tulowitzki finishing 3 for 5 with an RBI and scored a pair of runs. And Steven Register had his finest appearance of the year for the Drillers, earning his first win, allowed 4 earned runs on 9 hits in 7 innings. Manuel Corpus picked up 11th save of the year, an inning and a third of perfection. Juan Cedeno for the Wranglers falls to 0-4. So a look at the North Division standings with Springfield at 24-16, a game and a half in front of second place Tulsa. Wichita at 18-25, 7.5 back. And then the Travelers pulling up the rear at 15-26, 9.5 games off the pace. In the South Division yesterday, Corpus Christi lost their second straight game after the 10-game winning streak was snapped by San Antonio 2 days ago. But this time it was a little tougher for the Missions. The Corpus Christi Hooks and the Missions played 4 hours and 23 minutes and 14 innings. Vladimir Valentin hit a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 14th off of David Rolandini, his second home run of the ballgame. Valentin had earlier hit a home run off Matt Albers, finished with 5 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Brian LaHare also 3 for 6 for San Antonio. Meanwhile, Corpus Christi was led by Josh Anderson, 2 hits and 3 runs batted in. Corpus Christi lost the game to Midland on the standings. The Hooks still in first place, but now by 3.5 over the Rockhounds. Midland yesterday a 5-3 victory over the Frisco Rough Riders. Brad Knox picking up his third win against his 1 loss for the Rockhounds, going 8 innings, allowing just 3 runs on 6 base hits. Left fielder for Midland, Travis Buck, finishing 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in Midland at 23-19, pulling within 3.5 of Corpus Christi in the South Division. Frisco is 6 games off the pace in the South. Last place San Antonio is 10 games out. Tulsa and Wichita series is complete, and so they are off today. And so the other 2 games of the Texas League are both in Texas. Midland hosting Frisco, 4 o'clock first pitch. Nick Massett on the mound for the Rough Riders against Benjamin Fritz. Corpus Christi and San Antonio, 4:05 start time. Mitch Talbot on the mound for the Hooks at 1-2. Travis Blackley will pitch for the Missions. His record 3-2. We'll keep you updated on those games as we get throughout the broadcast today on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Angels yesterday lost again to the Los Angeles Dodgers by an 8-4 final score. Dallas McPherson had given the Angels an early lead with his first home run of the season, a 3-run shot, but the Angels bullpen was unable to hold on to the lead as Scott Shields allows a run in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Dodgers rallied for 7 runs from the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings, 3 in the 6th, 3 in the 8th, and the Dodgers beat the Angels by the 8-4 final. Shields took the loss, falling to 1-3. Joe Beimel, the winner for the Dodgers, his record 1-0. Former Travs in that ball game, J.D. Drew hit a pinch hit home run for the Dodgers. Rob Quinlan and Eric Ibar, both 2 for 4 for the Angels. Mike Napoli struck out in a pinch hit at bat. Kevin Gregg, who started for the Angels, went 0 for 3 as they were playing at Dodger Stadium. The pitchers, of course, batting. Gregg also allowed 4 runs in 6 innings, striking out 7, got a no decision. Today, the Angels will look to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Dodgers. sending former Trav Irvin Santana to the hill looking for his third straight win. Irvin is 4-1 with a 4.50 ERA. He'll go up against Derek Lowe of the Dodgers. Comes in with a 1-3 record. Quick glance around the Angels organization and the Ag Pro Farm Report brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. AAA Salt Lake yesterday. A 14-8 loser against the Oklahoma Redhawks. Salt Lake, however, still in first place in the Coast League North at 24-17. They're a half game up on Portland. Today, Salt Lake battling Oklahoma once again at 3 o'clock. Down to the California League yesterday, Rancho Cucamonga lost 4-2 to Inland Empire. That drops the Quakes to 22-20. Third place in the California League South, 2.5 games out. Rancho today at Inland Empire once again. First pitch is set for 4:11. Start time at San Bernardino, California. Midwest League affiliate Cedar Rapids was a loser yesterday, shut out by Kane County 4-0, and so the Colonels dropping into 5th place in the Midwest League West at 17-23. The Colonels are 20-23. The Colonels are 4.5 games off the pace. Cedar Rapids today sends Stephen Merrick to the hill against Kane County. Merrick a 4-1 record. That ball game starting in just about 9 minutes. That's the Ag Pro Farm Report with news from around the Angels farm system, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. Ag Pro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at Ag Pro's website, and that is agprocompanies.com. The Arkansas Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals getting set to wrap up a 5-game series here at Ray-Winder Field. It's 2006 Team Photo Day to the first 1,500 families to the ballpark. They'll get that Trav's team photo, which was taken at the ballpark site in North Little Rock, also known as the Big Hole, that will be called Dickey Stevens Park in 2007. And those team photos courtesy of Lando Frost. Upcoming homestand after a current 7-day road trip will start tomorrow. We'll be back in town Tuesday, May the 30th for a 7-game homestand that takes us through Sunday, June the 4th. That does include Midget Wrestling Night, Friday, June the 2nd here at Ray-Winder Field. Little Cato and Bad Boy Brian are back to battle for the World Midget Wrestling Championship right before the ball game. Midget Wrestling starts 7 o'clock. Ball game begins around 7:45. That's Friday, June the 2nd, when Midget Wrestling returns to Ray-Winder Field, and we hope to see you at the ballpark on that day. After tonight's game, the Travs will be heading out to Frisco for a 3-game set starting tomorrow, and then the Travs out to Midland for a 4-game series with the South Division Rockhounds. We'll have the starting lineups for you in just a moment after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because two great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Quitting smoking is hard, and it's even harder to do it alone. The good news is there is help. Just call the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the information and program you need to get free of tobacco. And the service is free, too. Try it. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and start to get free. I promise it's a great feeling. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call today.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Eli Butler with the Star Spangled Banner this afternoon at Ray Winder Field. Nice job, Eli. Thank you very much. Phil Elson with you on the ICT Technical Institute pregame show before the Travs and the Cardinals play the final game of this 5-game series. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ICT Tech here in Little Rock. For details, go online to www.ict-tech.edu. A look at the starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Springfield Cardinals. First place in the Texas League North at 24-16. The Cardinals also hold the advantage in the season series against the Travs, where Springfield has won 5 of the 8 meetings between these teams. Springfield manager Chris Maloney today has shortstop Mike McCoy leading off. Batting second and playing center field, Reid Gorecki. 3-hitter is third baseman Rico Washington, while Nick Stavinoha cleans up and plays right field. Batting fifth for the Cardinals is catcher Iker Franco. In the sixth hole will be first baseman Juan Richardson. Batting seventh is the designated hitter Josh Presley. Batting eighth is left fielder Cody Arthur. And Jarrett Hoffpauir rounds out the Cardinals starting 9, and Hoffpauir is at second base. Again, the lineup for the Cardinals: McCoy, Gorecki, Washington, Stavinoha, Franco, Richardson, Presley, Arthur, and Hoffpauir. Travelers come in with a league worst record of 15-26, residing in last in the North. 9.5 games out. Manager Tyrone Boykin today puts Dwayne Bacon in the leadoff spot in center field. Batting second, left fielder Aaron Peel, while Brandon Wood bats third and plays shortstop. Cleaning up is first baseman Greg Porter. Matt Brown will bat fifth and play third base. Matt Pauley in the sixth spot, right fielder. Designated hitter David Gates in the seventh spot. Brent Del Chiaro starting as a catcher today. He'll bat eighth. Rounding out the starting 9 for Arkansas is second baseman Eric Rodland. Again, that is Bacon, Peel, Wood, Porter, Brown, Pauley, Gates, Del Chiaro, and Rodland. Both starting pitchers in today's game have struggled at the outset at the start of the year, although Rafael Rodriguez, the Traveler starter, had a lot of success in 3 starts in the California League, winning all 3 and giving up only 1 run in 17 innings. But the Texas League has been much crueler to Rafi. He was only 21 years old from the Dominican Republic. In 5 AA starts, Texas Leaguers hitting .337 against him, including 9 home runs in 22 2/3 innings. Rafael's ERA is the highest of any pitcher that's thrown at least 4 games in the Texas League this season, a 10.72 ERA for the 6'1" right-hander from the Dominican Republic. Chris Lambert on the mound for the Cardinals, a former first-round pick from Boston College in 2004. Lambert, who made 18 starts at Springfield last year, carried a .635 earned run average in 2005. His ERA in 8 starts this year for the Cardinals is 5.89. 2 wins, 4 losses. Batters hitting .318 against him. He's walked 23 in 36 2/3 innings and struck out 29 to go along with 47 base hits. Travs saw Lambert April the 7th. He got a no decision. Travs won the game 4-3. He gave up 2 runs, 4 walks, 5 hits in 5 innings. Umpire crew for today's ball game on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Edward R. Murrow is your crew chief. He's behind the plate. Walter Cronkite will call the outs at third base, and Chet Hundley is over at first. We'll take a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Ball game will start a little bit late today as Rafael Rodriguez took a little more time. We're all warming up in the right field bullpen. He is right now making his way into the dugout. That'll give us a chance for a quick look at the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard. Of course, it's interleague action today. Games in National League ballparks. Washington leading Baltimore 3-1 at the top of the sixth inning. Philadelphia over Boston in the fourth, 4-1. Minnesota and Milwaukee a 1-1 tie in the third inning. Big day for the Minnesota Twins as the Minnesota State Legislature passed a bill that will ensure a brand new outdoor ballpark built in downtown Minneapolis sometime over the next 3 years, and that's a big boon to a franchise in the Twins. Houston won Texas nothing after 3 innings, and over in the American League ballpark, Pittsburgh over the Cleveland Indians in the seventh, 2-1. Detroit and Cincinnati nothing in the eighth. Florida trailing Tampa Bay in the seventh inning 3-0, and the White Sox and the Cubs are tied at 1 in the top of the fourth. Kansas City and St. Louis fourth inning, 1-0 Cardinals. Travs taking their positions. We'll take our final break of the pregame show and return with the first pitch. Travelers and Springfield, final game of a 5-game series on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Little Rock. It's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's alive. The winner's going to be Sam Ornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Sun shining high here in central Arkansas and 87 degrees at the moment at Ray Winder Field as the Travs and the Springfield Cardinals finish out a 5-game series. Springfield leading the season series 5-3. The Travs had a chance to tie that season series yesterday, but were unable to hold a 7-run lead in the 9th inning, losing by a run 11-10. The attitude of the ballpark today is a little bit languid. It is a slow day, it feels, at the ballpark. Not much energy here today. And we'll see how the Travs respond after yesterday's tough defeat. There were some very quiet ball players in the clubhouse during pregame today. Travs manager Tyrone Boykin had a very long face and seemed to take yesterday's loss a little bit tougher than most losses. It was about as tough as a loss as you could get. So, big game here for the Travs to try to rebound after last night's tough one. And Rafael Rodriguez, on a personal note, just trying to figure out how to get Double-A batters out. He had no trouble at Single-A, allowing only 15 hits to 67 men faced in Rancho Cucamonga. But the Texas League has been a huge step up for Rafi. His fastball hasn't had as much movement as been expected. He hasn't been throwing his slider for many strikes, giving up a lot of home runs. Mike McCoy leads off for the Cardinals, and Rodriguez throws the first pitch of the game all the way back to the screen. 1-0 the count on McCoy. The Cardinals break out their Sunday red uniforms instead of the road grays. The 1-0 count on McCoy, a right-hand batter, 5 for 19 in the series. And Rodriguez fires a strike at the knees with a fastball. Rafi's got a good fastball, 91-94. They're trying to figure out how to keep it lower in the strike zone and still keep his effectiveness. Here's a 1-1 to McCoy. And it's a low fastball, 2-1. Rafael also throwing a very good slider and mixes in a changeup. And a lot of pitches have been up in the strike zone from Rafi over his time in the Texas League. Here's the 2-1 to McCoy. And he let a slider go outside, ball 3. Rafi allowing a .337 batting average, 32 hits in 22 2/3 innings, 9 home runs, as we mentioned, and that ties in with 3 other Texas League pitchers for most in the league. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and McCoy will take low and draws a leadoff walk. 14th walk allowed by Rodriguez this year. Against 17 strikeouts, he had walked only 2 batters at single A this season in 17 innings. Reid Gorecki stepping up next for the Cardinals. Gorecki stroked a 2-run single to drive in the first 2 runs of the 9th inning yesterday. Remember, all of the 8 runs by the Cardinals yesterday in that 9th inning coming with 2 outs. Right-hand batter, and Gorecki's driven in 8 over the series. Pitch on the way from Rodriguez, and it missed outside for ball 1. The plate umpire, Murrow, kind of turned towards the first base dugout as if to call a strike, then didn't move his hands and instead lifted up his face mask. And I think he may have thought he was going to call a strike, but decided against it. The 1-0 is right down the middle, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Gorecki. Gorecki at .283 batting average with the Springfield high 10 homers, 27 runs batted in. He hasn't homered in this series. 9 hits, and 4 of them for extra bases. McCoy a decent lead. The pitch is a slider outside, and Gorecki takes ball 2. Behind Rafi today in the outfield, left to right, Aaron Peel, Dwayne Bacon, Matt Pauley. Off of first, McCoy with Greg Porter holding him. Infield at double play depth. Rodriguez sets and deals, and it's off the plate outside. Ball 3, 3-1. Rodriguez fall behind McCoy 3-1 and walked him. Now behind Gorecki 3-1. Fastball count to a fastball hitter. Here's the pitch. Swinging a tip off the catcher's mitt. And Gorecki took a big hack. May have pulled his head a little bit. 3-2 count. On the infield behind Rodriguez, Matt Brown at third. Brandon Wood at short, Eric Rodlin at second, and Greg Porter at first base. Brent Del Chiaro handling the catching today. His target on the middle of the plate, the runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3. Del Chiaro's throw at second base will bounce and be deflected by Eric Rodlin, and it falls in front of second base now. It'll be a steal for McCoy. His 11th of the season and second in the series, and Gorecki is the first out of the game. Seemed to surprise Gorecki with the velocity on the fastball. Del Chiaro walks to the mound for a chat with Rafael Rodriguez. Rafi standing 6 foot 1 inch tall, 21 years old, signed in July of 2002 at the age of 16. Career record of 26 and 28. ERA a little under 5. 3-hitter Rico Washington is left-handed. Pitch on the way from the righty. Washington pops it up, left side of the infield. Matt Brown drifting in with the shades down. Glove up, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up Nick Stavinoha. 21st game of the season for the Travs at Raywinder Field. They post a 5-15 home record. 330 down the left field line, 390 to center, 345 to the right field corner. Dead right field, 333, shortest right field porch in the Texas League, at least to dead right field. A couple other places are 310, 315 down the line. Stavinoha, a right-hand hitter. Rodriguez from the stretch is fastball low, and it's 1-0. Stavinoha drove in the tying runs yesterday with his third base hit of the game. He had actually led off the ninth by flying to right, but then tied it up with a double just above David Gates' glove on the left field fence, and Stavinoha would score the go-ahead run. The 1-0 is down and outside on the Rodriguez slider. 2 balls, no strikes. 0-0 top of the first. Cardinals threatening a leadoff walk to McCoy. He steals second base on the Gorecki strikeout. Then Washington pops up. Stavinoha hitting .319 with 3 homers and 17 driven in. Rodriguez looks at second, and the 2-0 to the plate is hit into left field for a base hit. Here comes McCoy around third. Aaron Peel will not throw to the plate. He'll throw to second, and it's 1-0 Springfield on the RBI single by Stavinoha. The run allowed by Rodriguez is the 28th run he's given up in 23 innings at Double-A. The RBI for Stavinoha, his 18th and his 7th of the series. Hit that hard grounder right between third and short. Neither Wood nor Brown had a chance at it, and Peel had no play at the plate. Here's Iker Franco, fifth hitter for the Cardinals, right-hand catcher. Sat out yesterday after playing Friday. Pitch on the way. Swung on little tapper, hugging the line at third. It bounces foul, and Matt Brown scoops it up in front of the base. About a half a foot in foul territory. Strike one. 1-0 Cardinals on the fifth first-inning run allowed by Rodriguez in 6 starts. Rafael has a wonderful attitude for the game of baseball, has a personality that borders on bubbly, usually has a smile on his face, enjoys his time playing professional baseball, but this has been a tough stretch for anybody to handle, even with the best outlook. End of the stretch, Rodriguez, and he'll deliver the 0-1. Franco lines it up the middle for a base hit to center. Stavinoha holds at second base on the second hit of the inning. 2 on, 2 out for Juan Richardson. Rafael has had some tough times before, including last year in almost the same situation. Rodriguez began 2005 at Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League and was outstanding. In his third year in Cedar Rapids, he went 5-2 with a 2.78 ERA, limiting batters to 220 average and averaging about a strikeout per inning. And he went up to the California League and found that advanced A hitters were just that, advanced. Rather than the Midwest League, he had a 6.75 earned run average at 14 starts with Rancho Cucamonga. His strikeouts were cut in about half, and the average against him went up by 70 points. Richardson, a right-hand batter, takes a slider low and away. Nice dig out of the dirt by Del Chiaro, ball one. Richardson, who came into this series with a hitting streak at 11 games, reached base in the first 2 games of the series, but has scuffled the last 2 nights. 0 for his last 9. He did get hit by a pitch and score a run yesterday. Hitting .333. Here's the 1-0 to Richardson. Chopper to third. Brown is there to backhand. With the second base. Rodland there for the force out of Franco, and the Cardinals' first inning is over. The Springfield Cardinals score 1 run on 2 base hits, and there's nobody left. Travs come up trailing in the bottom of the first, 1-0 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
In 1998, New York City marathon runner German Silva made a huge mistake. 1/2 mile from the finish line, he took a wrong turn. When he heard yells from the crowd and saw the looks on their faces, he realized his mistake. He immediately turned around, but the error cost him a crucial 15 seconds. His only hope for winning now was to sprint to make up for lost distance. Did he have the energy? Could he do it? He later said, "Too much work had gone into this race. I had to fight it out." He was able to make up the lost distance and finish first in his division, but only because he refused to allow a wrong turn to knock him out of his quest for the prize. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the church at Rock Creek. You know, there are times in life when we make a wrong turn, but when we discover that it was a wrong turn, the wise person changes direction.
Cotton candy here. Get your cod. Any peanuts? No. Hot dog? Slushies? Nada. Camel corn? No. Can I get something other than cotton candy? Pink of blue, mister. Pink of blue. Variety is a good thing, especially when it comes to orthopedic services. That's why Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas provide the most comprehensive orthopedic care the state has to offer. From outpatient procedures to rehabilitation and prevention. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline at 227-8478 and get back to the things you love. Actually, I do have peanuts. Really? Nah, just kidding.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the first inning here at Ray Winder. Travs trailing 1-0. RBI single from Nick Stavinoha to drive in Mike McCoy. The Cardinals score in the first inning for the 3rd time over this series. McCoy has been the key. When he reaches in the first, he scores. It's happened 3 times. And the Cardinals win in the other 2 games where he reached and scored in the first. See how the rest of this game goes. Chris Lambert warming up on the mound for the Springfield Cardinals, drafted 19th overall out of Boston College in the 2004 draft. And he was outstanding over his first 19 professional starts covering all of 2004. He had signed about a month after he was drafted. And in the first 10 starts of 2005 at Single A Palm Beach, he went 8-2 with an ERA about 2.50. However, after getting promoted to Double A Springfield last year, Lambert immediately started to go downhill. Walked 48 in 85 innings, allowed a 291 average against. His ERA exploded to 6.35, and Lambert has not had much success in the Texas League this year. 8 starts, 2 wins, 4 losses, and a 5.89 earned run average. League batters hitting .318 against him, 47 hits, 6 homers in 36 2/3 innings. Lambert, who's had control trouble, has walked 23 and struck out 29. 6'1", 205-pounder out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Lambert will face the Travs for the second time this year. Got a no decision on April the 7th. Dwayne Bacon stands in to lead off, bringing the corners up. Travelers center fielder is 4 for 14 in the series. The bat left-handed against the righty. Lambert delivers outside for ball 1. Bacon, Peel, and Wood to bat against Lambert here in the first inning. Bacon at .229 batting average, waiting for the 1-0, and here it is in the dirt from Lambert, ball 2. Bacon yesterday had a couple of extra base hits. A double to dead center and a triple to left center, plus an RBI. Bacon with 16 extra base hits, up amongst the leaders for the Travs. Here's the 2-0 to Bacon. Swung on, line drive to left center for a base hit. Reid Gorecki able to cut it off. Bacon makes the wide turn and holds with a leadoff single. So Bacon's starting to swing a big stick these days. And the Travs get the tying run aboard immediately. Here's Aaron Peel. Peel, a Texas native, coming up to the sound of Stevie Ray. 257 average, 2 homers, 13 RBI. Bacon, 4.5 steps off of first. He'll stay in the pitch to Peel. He swings and misses at a fastball. Strike 1. Aaron got yesterday off. Back in the lineup today in his customary 2 slot. 257 average, 4 for 11 in the series. Here's the stretch by Lambert. He holds, delivers a fastball outside, 1-1. Peel, 2 homers, 13 runs driven in. Line drive stroke. Lambert comes set from the first base side of the rubber. Holds his stretch position right in front of his face. Bacon bluffs. The pitch is a breaking ball. Check swing by Peel, and on the appeal, Chet Huntley, the first base umpire, said he did not go around. 2 balls and a strike on Aaron Peel with Brandon Wood waiting next. Infield, a double play depth. It's Washington at third. McCoy and Hoffpauir up the middle. Richardson holding Bacon at first. Duane has taken an extra half step. 5 steps off the base. Lambert's pitch is fouled back, and Bacon bluffs again. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Peel with 2 hitters. One 1-0 Cardinals. Springfield came into Ray Winder losing 4 straight and has taken 3 of 4 games in this series. And the Cardinals grabbed the early lead today. Travs look to answer. No outs. Bacon at first, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Peel. Here it is from Lambert. Bacon's running. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Eker Franco airmails the ball into center. Bacon cannot get third base as the second baseman Hoffpauir leaped in the air to try to bring in that high throw, and he basically landed hitting on Dwayne Bacon. So Bacon steals his league-high 16th base of the year. Peel struck out, however. 1 away, and here's Brandon Wood. Well, the first inning having the same look as the top of that first, as the Cardinals got their leadoff man on. He stole second on a strikeout. Dwayne Bacon does the same thing. Maybe Wood can bring him in to tie it up. Brandon delivered an RBI double yesterday in the middle innings to snap a hitless skid at 12 at-bats. It's on the way to Wood. It's a curve for strike one. Wood and Lambert, teammates in the Arizona Fall League. The 0-1 on the way to Brandon. And a slider for strike two on the inside corner. Lambert breaking out some good breaking pitches here. Wood hitting .252, team leading 8 homers and 31 runs batted in. Bacon from second. Lambert gives him a look and delivers the pitch off the outside corner, ball one. Lambert in the Fall League made 6 starts and had a .675 ERA. Didn't have much success in the Fall League either, although that is a hitter's circuit. Here's the 1-2 to Wood. Curve in the dirt. Franco blocked it. And Bacon holds at second base on a 2-2 count. Greg Porter waiting on deck. Wood responding from his rare day off on Friday, the only day off he's been given, with that 1-for-3 effort yesterday, also reaching with 2 walks. Second baseman Hoffpauir holding Bacon. Green still out to a 7-step lead. The pitch to Wood caught him looking, a slider on the outside corner. So Lambert has recorded 2 strikeouts in a row after Bacon singled. Here's Greg Porter. Porter, who's the hottest hitter on the Travs ball club, was the only Traveler to not collect a single out of the starting 9 yesterday. So he was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Porter was 0 for 4, a game after hitting that game-winning walk-off grand slam. Left-hand batter hitting .312 with 6 homers and 21 runs driven in. Taken at second, pitch coming high, and it's 1-0. Porter's average has fallen out of the top 10. Eric Rodlin leads all active Texas Leaguers, hitting .350. Rodlin batting 9th today. A 1-0 pitch to Porter, and it hit the outside corner. Fastball for strike one. Cardinals with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Second baseman Hoffpauir playing extremely deep. McCoy holding Bacon from short. He'll back away, and Lambert throws to the plate. And Porter hits a soft fly to center for a base hit. Bacon speeding around third base. Gorecki comes up throwing home, and it is not in time. Bacon scores standing up on the RBI single by Greg Porter, and it's a tie game at 1 apiece. RBI number 22 for Greg Porter. Now collected 16 runs batted in his last 17 games. Now Matt Brown will stand in. Brown got his day off yesterday. Brown and Wood had been the only Travs to not get a day off. Brownie is in a bit of a slump. 4 for his last 39. Porter off of first base. Right-handed Brown waiting for Lambert. The pitch, a fastball over the outside corner, strike one. Brown played Friday going 0 for 4. Walked, scored a run, struck out. Lambert sets and delivers an 0-1. A slider, strike two called on the outside corner. Brown's average on the year at .284, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Lambert has gotten off 2 quick strikes, 2 outs. Porter takes the lead. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missed high. Ball one. Lambert allowing a first inning run for the 7th time in 9 starts. Gave up 7 runs in 3 innings and an 11-5 loss in his last start at Wichita. The 1-2 to Brown. Slider down and away. 2-2. Lambert's last victory came April 23rd, almost 1 full month ago. Had an outstanding performance, went 6 innings, allowing just 2 hits with a season-high 9 strikeouts. Did not allow a run, and the Cardinals beat Tulsa 4-1. Pitched well enough to pick up a victory May 9th 6 innings, 1 run, but got a no decision in a 10-inning game. 2-2 to Matt Brown. Here it is, Porter running, swinging a foul tip, and Brown stays alive. Still a little bit of a slow feeling at the start of this game. Not necessarily a very long homestand, but it's been the hottest and the steamiest homestand of the year. It's been about 90 degrees, 93 degrees every day. Seem to be dragging a little bit everyone to the ballpark. 2-2 to Brown, fouled off over the first base roof. Neither team took batting practice today. Cardinals arrived only about an hour and a half before first pitch. Travs had a slow, steady stream of players coming to the ballpark around 11:30. No BP, optional hitting in the cage. 2-2 to Matt Brown. Slider hit in the air off the end of the bat to right field. Nick Stavinoha running over to the foul line. He'll cross into foul territory and make the catch. And Brown fouls out to end the first inning. Travelers get 1 run to tie it on 2 hits. Greg Porter stranded after his RBI single. 1-1 ball game heading into the second. The Travelers and the Springfield Cardinals on air. America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
One score heading into the top of the second inning. Cardinals got an RBI single from Nick Stavinoha in the top of the first. Trav first baseman Greg Porter answers with a 2-out RBI single in the first inning. Cards send the designated hitter Josh Presley to lead it off here in the second inning. What a day Presley had yesterday. In just his 8th game as a Cardinal. During batting practice, he was hit above his left eye, below his left eye, by a thrown ball and suffered a cut under his eye before the game. Practically begged his manager, Chris Maloney, to keep him in the lineup. Maloney did, and Presley answered with a game-winning hit in that 9th inning rally. Pitch on the way to the big lefty, and it's low and inside for a ball. Presley sliced the ball into right field. It scored Stavinoha in the 9th inning, capping a 3-hit day with a bad eye. Here's a 1-0 on the way. Rodriguez fastball is hit deep to the left field corner by Presley. It's over Aaron Peel's head, and it is gone over the fence. And it's 2-1 Cardinals on Presley's second home run of the season. Just got it over the Baptist Health billboard in the left field corner. Ball carried off of Presley's bat, and so the one-eyed wonder strikes again. Rodriguez now standing alone at the top of the list of pitchers to allow homers in the Texas League. He's given up 10. No other pitcher is now allowed more than 9. Pitch to Cody Harther is down and in, ball one. Rafi has allowed at least one home run in all of his 6 starts, including 6 homers in his first 7 Double-A innings. Harther, a left-hand batter, and the pitch is grounded to second base. Rodland there. Almost lost it, but recovered. Flips to Porter for the out, and Harther is the out, 1 away. That'll bring up Hoffpauir, the 9-hitter for the Cardinals. 2-1 Springfield. Presley now on a 7-game hit streak. That's his first home run during the streak. Jarrett Hoffpauir, the 9-hitter. Worked a walk in the 9th inning yesterday. Cracked a 2-run single in the 7th. First pitch, a slider for strike 1. 236 average for Hoffpauir, 2 homers and 14 RBI. Up at third is Brown as Rodriguez winds. The 0-1, a fastball, a little up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hoffpauir's flare in the 7th inning yesterday was a pretty big hit for the Cardinals. Got them their 2nd and 3rd runs after the Travs had led 7-1. Pitched down and away to Hoffpauir, 2 balls and a strike. You want to keep your seats for this ball game, folks. No lead will be safe today, not for either team. 9th inning dramatic the last 2 nights. Here's a 2-1. Hoffpauir grounds outside third. Foul ball, 2-2. Travs came back on Friday with a 5-run 9th inning, capped off by the Porter walk-off grand slam. That was after the Cardinals had put up 5 runs through the 8th and the 9th. 2-2. A chopper to third, charging Brown. Gloves, runs, throws off balance, and throws off line. And it got behind Porter, but backed up by the first base fence, and second baseman Eric Rodland comes over to pick it up. It'll be a base hit for Jarrett Hoffpauir, no throwing error to Brown. 4th hit off of Rodriguez over the 9 men that he's faced. Now it's Mike McCoy coming up. McCoy started the game with a leadoff walk. Stole second on a strikeout and scored on the single by Stavinoha. First pitch, he shows bunt, but it's a low fastball, 1-0. Cardinals grab the lead here in the 2nd on the leadoff homer by Josh Presley. Cardinals' 44th home run of the season, trailing only the Travelers in that department. 1-0 to McCoy, slider outside, ball 2, 2-0. Hoffpauir taking the short lead at first, McCoy with a 2-0 count. Rodriguez throws to first base, not in time. Back to Presley, it's surprising to see him in the lineup today, considering he was in the emergency room till about 3 in the morning. Needed stitches under that left eye. There's a 2-0 to McCoy. Foul ball at the plate, 2-1. I believe Presley went straight to the emergency room right after the game. That third out was recorded in the 9th inning on David Gates' strikeout. And Presley was off to the races along with Cardinal trainer Brad De La Rosa. And they were over at St. Vincent's Hospital for a good 4 hours. Sure, that was an interesting 4 hours for them to spend. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch. McCoy grounds to third. Brown is up with it. Throws over to second base. Rodland's relay to first is in time for the inning-ending double play. Double B's Exxon double play brought to you by Double B's Exxon. Discount tickets for every Tuesday night home game located at Double B's Exxon stations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. 2-1, the Cardinals take the lead on the homer by Presley to start the 2nd. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd inning after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380.
The romance begins at Cupid's. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perham in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Rain Wonder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Rain Wonder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Coming into the bottom of the second inning, Travs down by a run, 2-1 against the Springfield Cardinals. Matt Pauley leads it off for the Travs against right-hander Chris Lambert. Pauley, quite an addition to the Travs lineup. He has supplanted Mike Elward as Elward went up to AAA, and really the Travs offense hasn't skipped a beat with Pauley in the lineup. He's driven in 11 runs in his last 8 games. Left-hand batter. First pitch is a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Pauley hitting .325 in 11 games at AA with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. Had a homer and a double yesterday, but also hit into 2 twin killings. Here's Lambert's 0-1 pitch. Pauley takes away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Gates on deck, then Brent Del Chiaro. Eric Rodland bats 4th in the inning if anyone reaches. Lambert throws. Pauley hits it foul deep over the right field fence, deep over the right field bullpen. Strike 2. Lambert struck out a couple of men in the first inning. 31 strikeouts in 37 innings this year. Pauley leading off, choking up a little now, and the pitch. A change-up outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lambert stretches back and delivers the 2-2, and it's grounded to third base. Pauley reached out and tapped it to Washington. His throw to first in time for the out. That'll bring David Gates up. Gates yesterday, 3 hits. He's come out of his slump that had taken about a month and a half. Raised his average to .231 with a homer and 7 driven in. There was a catch that Gates almost made that was a big difference yesterday. David almost made a catch in shallow left on the flare by Hoffpauir, but couldn't catch it. It fell in front of him for a 2-run single. And then Stavinoha's game-tying double in the 9th inning, which hit off the left field fence, was just above Gates' glove. First pitch, a strike on the outside corner. In fact, Gates said he had the ball a little bit of the tip of his glove, snow cone style. That's how close the Travs were to winning the game yesterday. Here's the 0-1 to Gator, and a slider inside and high, 1-1. Gates was also the final batter of the game, striking out against Rich Scalamandri to steal it. Going on for Gates, bottom 2, 1 out, 2-1 Cardinals. The pitch on the way, and a swing and a miss on the changeup, strike 2. Gates in the lineup for the 3rd straight day. He had had 5 consecutive days off before starting on Friday. 1-2 pitch from Lambert. Fastball, swing and a tip, but held on by the catcher. Strikeout number 3 for Chris Lambert. Two outs, and here comes Brent Del Chiaro. So Bobby Wilson gets the day off, with Wilson catching the night game yesterday, and you got daytime action today. So Del Chiaro will get his second start of the series after catching Wednesday, going 0 for 4. Right-hand batter, 2 outs, no one on. Lambert winds, kicks, and deals. Del slaps it to right field, and it's a base hit. A 2-out single for Del Chiaro, and that'll bring Eric Rodlin up. So Del Chiaro, batting only .143 this year, cracks the Travs' third base hit. Rodland, or Dr. Feelgood, according to his intro music, stands in. Left-hand batter, leading active hitter in the Texas League with a .350 clip. At first, Del Chiaro pitches outside for a ball. Rodland, 2 for 5 yesterday with an RBI double. Had 6 hits in this series, and 3 of them for extra bases. Rodland was mostly a singles hitter over the first month, but he has started to drive the ball with more power. 2 homers on the year, 8 doubles, 1 triple. A 1-0 pitch on the way from Lambert. Missing high, ball 2. 2-0 on the 9-hitter, Rodland. Springfield 2, Arkansas 1, the bottom of the second inning. 2-out single by Brent Del Chiaro keeps the inning alive after Lambert had set down 3 straight. Here's a 2-0 to Eric. Look at a fastball outside, ball 3. Dwayne Bacon is on deck, and the way he's hit over the last couple of games, we might see him coming to the plate with a man in scoring position, chance to tie it. Lambert the stretch, and the 3-0 is a strike right down the pipe. Mentioned Lambert gave up 6 runs in the first inning this year. Only 1 run has been scored against Lambert in the second inning this season. It's been his best inning of the year, game to game. Here's a 3-1. Rodland swings and misses. Nice changeup from Chris Lambert. And that ball dove underneath Rodland's bat as it wouldn't even use the word sped to the plate, more or less floated to the plate. Springfield with a 2-1 advantage. Del Chiaro not really held on. Richardson 1 step behind him at first. Now he backs away. Del runs the pitch high. Ball 4. Travs trying to build up a 2-out rally here in the second inning. Del Chiaro singles. Rodland draws the first walk of the afternoon from Chris Lambert. That's the 24th walk issued by the Cardinal right-hander this year. Dwayne Bacon stepping in. Bacon started the first inning with a single, stole second, and scored on a 2-out single from Greg Porter. Bacon choking up a bit with 14 RBIs. First pitch hit the inside corner. Lambert's fastball good for strike 1. Two RBIs in the series for Bacon. Del Chiaro held on by the shortstop. McCoy comes behind the runner, but Lambert steps off and holds on to the baseball. Del Chiaro, who is not fast, runs the bases well for his speed. He's trying to get as big of a lead as he can. About 8 steps off the base. Here's the 0-1. Bacon check swing. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Bacon 5 for 15 in the series. Got room into the right field corner. Left and center are shallow. The pitch is hit in the air to dead center field, but shallow, and Gorecki is right underneath it already. He makes the catch, and the second inning is complete. Travelers no runs, 1 hit, 2 men stranded. Springfield has a 2-1 lead. We'll go to the third on Air America, Little Rock 1380, KDXE.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to hit the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. And on Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornick Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Two innings in the scorebook here at Raywinder Field. The Travs trailed 2-1 against the Springfield Cardinals. I'm Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Join us tomorrow afternoon, late evening, or late afternoon, early evening, what have you. Travs will be in Frisco, starting a quick 3-game set against the Rough Riders. 7 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. Airtime will be 6:40 from Dr. Pepper Ballpark. 3 in Frisco, all at 7 o'clock, 4 in Midland. 3 6:30 games, and the last game next Sunday, 1 week from today, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Rafael Rodriguez, the Travelers starting pitcher, has surrendered 2 runs on 4 hits over 2 innings. Facing 10 batters so far. Reid Gorecki leads off the third for the Cardinals. Right-hand batter struck out in the first. Here's Rodriguez, first delivery, up high for a ball. RBI single by Nick Stavinoha in the first. Leadoff homer by Josh Presley in the second for Springfield. Travs run coming on a Greg Porter 2-out RBI single. 1-0 to Gorecki. Swinging a line drive to the left field corner. Hooking a little bit. It bounces foul on the warning track. Rafi not that much on the fastball there. Came right up into the hitting zone, and Gorecki got a quick bat. Fastball hitter turned on it. But outside the foul line by about a half a foot. Ball and a strike on Gorecki. He'll be followed by Rico Washington and Nick Stavinoha. Rodriguez trying to find some solid footing here with a scoreless inning. 1-1 to Gorecki. Here's the pitch. Outside, a slider, ball 2. Rodriguez hasn't been throwing the slider for strikes all that often, and so batters are starting to lay off. 2-1 pitch to Gorecki is inside, ball 3. Another slider. Not getting that one into the strike zone. 3 balls and a strike on Gorecki. Rodriguez walked the first batter he faced, and that man scored. He winds and delivers a 3-1, and Gorecki hits a high fly ball in a medium depth center. Dwayne Bacon will drift towards left a few feet and make the catch. 1 away. Here comes Rico Washington, who pops up in the first. I mentioned Wichita and Tulsa are off today. They played a doubleheader and split it on Friday. That's how they get the day off. Pitch on the way to Washington over the outside corner, strike 1. Wichita will be going to Corpus Christi for a 3-game set, then out to San Antonio for 4. Tulsa will be making the reverse trip. The 0-1 to Washington is a low, a ball and a strike. Springfield, following today's game, they go back to Hammons Field, and they'll host Midland and Frisco. 1-1 to Washington. And it's low, ball 2. 2-1 on the 3-hitting Washington, who hit a 3-run homer the ninth yesterday. Driven in 5 runs on the series with 10 hits. It's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Rodriguez to the plate. Fastball hit high by Washington into center field. Going back is Bacon with room in left center. He makes the catch. 2 flyouts to medium depth center field by Gorecki and Washington bring Nick Stavinoha up. The Cardinals completing a road trip today. One of their longest trips of the season, 10 games. At the moment, the Cardinals with 4 wins and 5 losses. Dropped 4 in a row to Wichita before coming in here to Little Rock and taking 3 of the first 4. Here's Stavinoha, pitch. There's a slider down the middle for strike 1. An RBI single for Stavinoha in the first, put the Cardinals in front 1-0. After the Travelers tied it, Josh Presley led off the second with a homer. Stavinoha, right-hand batter, 18 RBIs now. With 7 hits in the series, pitch on the way. Swung on, high fly ball in the right center field. There goes Matt Pauley drifting over, and he's underneath it, makes the catch. And Rafael Rodriguez settled down for a perfect 3rd inning. Bottom of the 3rd coming up at Ray Winder. It's 2-1 Springfield over the Arkansas Travelers on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta
to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah.
I'm a burrito in every time. Every woman,
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National Trade Weekend Special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 3rd at Ray Winder. Travs trying to make up a 2-1 deficit to the Springfield Cardinals. I'm Phil Elson here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE on a simply beautiful Sunday afternoon. We've been blessed with perfect weather this entire homestand. The last homestand we had rain just about every day, or at least the threat of rain, and had our first rain out of the season against San Antonio. No rain in the forecast today. Rain's going to hold off until tomorrow night, perhaps, and then by that time, the Travs will be in Frisco, playing some baseball at the Giant Soda Bottle. Aaron Peel leads off the 3rd inning for the Travelers. Number 2 batter struck out in the 1st inning against Cardinal starter Chris Lambert. Lambert stranded a couple of men on base in the 2nd inning. First pitch of the inning to Peel. There's a high slider for ball 1. And a lot of breaking balls from Lambert. His fastball was pretty good in the low 90s. Peel, Wood, and Porter here in the 3rd. 1-0 pitch to Aaron. Swung on, fouled off over the right side, over the roof, into the parking lot, strike one. Aaron has now struck out 40 times this year. One of two Travs to strike out 40 times on the season. 1-1 is down low, ball two. Mention about how the Travelers lead the Texas League in base hits, home runs, and steals. Travs are second in the league with 314 strikeouts. The 2-1 to the right-hand batting Peel. Swinging a high fly ball into right center field. Hit it well. Gorecki giving way to the right fielder Stavinoha, and Stavinoha at the warning track makes the catch. Peel did not get the barrel of the bat on the ball. A little bit behind the fastball from Lambert. One away, bringing up Brandon Wood. Wood called out on strikes in the first inning, his league-leading 54th strikeout of the year. Brandon 1 for 11 over the series, with nobody on base and a 2-1 Cardinals lead in the third. Wind up, Lambert deals a low fastball, 1-0. A matchup of two first-round picks here. Lambert selected 19th overall in 2004 draft. There's a 1-0 to Wood, and it's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Brandon selected 23rd overall in the first round in the 2004 draft as well. These two players, Wood and Lambert, it's 4 picks difference between the two of them. There's a foul ball out of play on the 2-0 pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike on the Travelers shortstop, Brandon Wood. One out, no one on for Wood. Lambert's pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. Evens it up, 2-2. Infield straight away for Wood. The outfield deep. Gorecki in center, a few feet back. The 2-2, swinging a chopper to short. Here comes McCoy, gloving a very high bounce. His throw to first beats Wood by a half step. Really tough play by Mike McCoy. Wood hit a very high bouncing ball toward shortstop. McCoy fielded it on the second bounce. It's had a little backspin on it, taking it higher. So McCoy had to leap in the air to bring it in and barely edged Wood at first base. So 2 outs and Brandon 0 for 2. Now it's Greg Porter standing in. His single in the first plated the Travs' only run. That was after going 0 for 4 yesterday. Here's a windup and a pitch from Chris Lambert. Swinging a pop-up out of play over the bleachers. Porter into the cleanup spot for the 3rd consecutive game. He batted cleanup on Friday. Here's the 0-1. Outside, a ball missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. I expect to see Porter in the cleanup spot for a while. Not only has he hit a lot, he's been hitting over 450 over the last 2 weeks, but he's also hit with power. The 1-1 pitch. Swinging a number off the end of the bat, slowly to third. Charging Washington, has an easy throw to first base for the out. Porter a little late getting out of the batter's box, stumbled on his way to first base. Down go the Travs, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go to the 4th. Cardinals 2, Travelers 1 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Brandon is playing for 2 tickets for any movie at the Riverdale Fan Cinemas. All you have to do, Brandon, is answer the question. What movie featured the characters Fran Davis, Annie Savoy, and Annie Calvin Newton?
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red.
Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate, Sand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Company, Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwood, Illinois.
Get out today and hit the links. Stone Lakes. Stone Lakes Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tees. Stone Lakes has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Lakes features reasonable green speed and 18 lake-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes or visit online at stonelakes.net.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXD, North Little Rock.
Down at second base, right-hand batter holds the bat far back. First delivery from Rafi is low for ball 1. Tulsa and Wichita off today. Frisco and Midland finish the series today at Citibank Park in Midland. A 1-0 on the way to Franco. Fastball for strike 1 on the inside corner. Corpus Christi at San Antonio today, about an hour. Mitch Talbot for the Hooks, a record of 1-2 and a 3.24 ERA. Travis Blackley for the Missions, 3-2, 3.35. 1-1 to Franco, called strike 2 on the slider, grazing the outside corner. One ball, 2 strikes, and Rodriguez looking for strikeout number 2. He delivers to Franco. A slider down low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Juan Richardson. Josh Presley will hit third. Cody Harther in the hole if anyone reaches. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Rafael Rodriguez to Iker Franco. Here's the kick by the right-hander. And a slider outside, ball 3. Rafael hasn't walked a batter since the first, but he followed that only walk with his only strikeout of the game. And goes full against Franco. It's the second full count of the afternoon. Rafi's payoff. Franco takes a high fastball, draws the leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Juan Richardson. Leadoff walk, always a dicey situation for a pitcher to work with. Those leadoff walks tend to score more often than they don't. Richardson grounded to third base in his first inning at bat. 0 for his last 10 now, and a pitch to the right-hander. Right down the middle, a dangerous hanging slider. But Richardson looked at it for strike 1. Cardinals 2, Travelers 1 at the top of the 4th. Franco walking away from first, short lead. The 0-1 pitch is low, and it's a ball and a strike to Richardson. 2 finals out of ballparks in the American League. The Tigers shut out Kansas City 1-0. Placido Polanco with a pinch hit single in the 8th inning to drive in the only run. Aaron Harang went the distance for the Reds, striking out 9, allowing only 5 hits in 8 innings. But he gets the loss, 5-3. Richardson swings a high fly to deep left over Peel's head and hits the base of the fence. Franco will hold at second base, and it'll be a long single for the right-hander Richardson. Good play by Peel off the fence. That's what kept Franco at second. If the ball would have gotten behind Aaron, Franco would have had third base easy. Richardson would have had a stand-up double. And a double play would not be in order as it is for the moment. Francisco Rodney was the winning pitcher for Detroit after Nate Robertson went the first 7 in the third inning, struck out 7. Todd Jones' 13th save. Josh Presley steps in. Presley has reached base in 5 consecutive plate appearances dating back to the third inning yesterday. He's hit a double, two singles, and a homer. The homer came in the second inning today. And he'll back off the plate as Rodriguez took a long look at the sign. From second base, Franco. Richardson off of first. No outs in the fourth inning. Rodriguez delivers to the left-hander. A fastball for strike one on the inside corner. Presley, second year in the Texas League, but with his second team in the Texas League, an all-star with Wichita last year. They've been picked up by the Boston Red Sox and assigned to AAA Pawtucket, but was released after going 1 for 20. 0-1 to Josh. Swinging a line, driving a deep center. Bacon back, it is over his head, hits the batter's eye. On his way to third, Franco, he circles the base. Comes home to score, and there goes Presley to second with a stand-up double, and it's 3-1. Second and third for the Cardinals. The pressure remains on Rafael Rodriguez with nobody out. So Presley has now reached base in 6 consecutive plate appearances, and he hasn't been cheated once. With Rodriguez scuffling again, they'll get some action in the Travs bullpen already. Rodriguez had set down 4 in a row, but then walks the leadoff batter Franco here in the fourth. Richardson singles off the left field fence, and Josh Presley hits a booming double off the center field wall. That'll get Michel Simard warming up in the bullpen. Ken Patterson with a visit to the mound. The Traveler pitching coach has been beating a path between the dugout and the pitcher's mound over the last 5 games. Patterson back into the dugout now. The infield comes up. Springfield leading 3-1. Cody Arthur stands into the plate. Second and third, no outs. And a pitch to the left-hander. Line in the shallow left. Charging Peel. Falls in front. A base hit. Bounces over his head. 2 runs will score on the play, and Arthur is off to the races. He's past second, trying for third. And the throw into third base is not in time. Even got behind third, but Rodriguez there to back it up. It is a 2-run hit for Cody Arthur, and Springfield leads 5-1. It'll be a single for Cody Arthur, 1 run batted in, and a 2-base error charged to Aaron Peel for allowing the ball to get over his head. So it's Presley and Richardson scoring. Arthur at third, still no outs. And the batter is Jarrett Hoffpauir. Rodriguez misses outside with a slider, and it's a 1-0 count. So who knows how much longer Rodriguez will remain in the game, as he's allowed 3 runs and 4 base runners with no outs here in the fourth. 5 runs overall in not yet 4 innings. 0-1 to Hoffpauir is in the dirt and blocked by Bobby Wilson for ball 1. Jason Espedo gets out of the Travs dugout and starts to run towards the bullpen. Espedo is starting to warm up. I hope he's not warming up to pitch. Might be warming up to start to play some outfield. Pitch to Hoffpauir coming. High and tight. And Rafael Rodriguez bent him back with a fastball. Count goes to 2-1 against Hoffpauir, who beat a ground ball to third base in the second inning. 5-1 Springfield in the fourth. The pitch. Ground ball to short. Wood fields it clean. He'll hold Arthur at third and throws Hoffpauir out. There's your first out of the inning. One away, and here comes McCoy, and here comes Tyrone Boykin from the dugout. He's got the quick hook today. He's yanking Rafael Rodriguez in the fourth inning with only one out. And I know we've talked about this a few times today, or over the last few games, but there have got to be some changes made on this Traveler pitching staff. Rafael Rodriguez cannot stay in the starting rotation with an ERA over 10 after 6 starts. Kid's got a bright future, but right now he's having his head handed to him. So it'll be Michel Simard coming into the ballgame. Aaron Peel has been lifted as well as Jason Esposito runs out to left field, so Boykin makes 2 changes with just 1 trip out to the mound. It'll be a call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T, your world delivered. 5-1, the Cardinals leading in the fourth. We'll take a 60-second break and return after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you even get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal notices to the cost recovery fiesta. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Michel Simard comes out of the Travelers bullpen to take the mound. Rafael Rodriguez today lasts only 3 1/3 innings, surrendering 7 base hits, and as of now 5 runs, all earned. Responsible for Cody Harther at third base. Rodriguez walked a couple of batters, struck out 1, and is unable to get through the 4th inning. It's the second time in his 6 starts that he has not made it past the 4th. Aaron Peel has been lifted as well, and Jason Esposito takes over in the number 2 spot of the batting order. While Peel got into the Travelers' dugout, Keith Johnson was there waiting for him, voicing his displeasure at Peel's inability to pull in that base hit by Cody Harther, which turned into a 2-base error, which scored a run. There was a bit of a heated exchange. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Infield comes in. Mike McCoy bats, 1 out, runner at third. Simard goes to a curveball for strike 1. So not only are the Travs trailing 5-1, but now we have some real dissension, it seems. 0-1 to McCoy, who's walked and hit into a double play. Simard throws it, bounced up the middle, and past Rodlin into second center field for a base hit. Scoring from third is Harther to make it 6-1. Not much that Rodlin could have done with the infield up. He dove for the ball about the cut of the infield grass up the middle. Got a glove on it, but ricocheted into center. So McCoy gets the RBI single, his 8th run batted in of the year. A 4-run 4th inning for the Cardinals, still just 1 out. Simard, a 6.27 ERA. Allows his 22nd hit in 18 2/3 innings. Runner at first, McCoy. Gorecki the batter, and a pitch fouled back, strike 1. Gorecki is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly to center field. The 0-1 from Simard is low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Inning started with Rodriguez walking Franco. Juan Richardson singled to left field. Josh Presley doubled to run home. The 1-1 pitch, a curve, strike 2 called. Cody Harther followed with a line drive single to left field, misplayed by Aaron Peel for a 2-base error. 2 runs scored on the play. And then Arthur comes home and McCoy's RBI hit. The 1-2 pitch is a curve outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two count to Gorecki. And the pitch comes. Low and outside, ball 3. This is about as disastrous inning as you could find. I mean, compared to last night's 9th inning where the Cardinals put up 12 hitters and 8 runs to come back from down 7. Well, here in this 4th inning, the Cardinals have taken a 2-1 lead, made it 6-1. We've seen a young prospect in Rafael Rodriguez pulled in just 3 1/3 innings. Jason Espino coming in for Aaron Peel, pitch in the dirt, ball 4, and McCoy will get second base, Gorecki to first. And we've seen possibly Keith Johnson and Aaron Peel get into a heated shouting exchange in the dugout. As of now, I cannot see Peel or Johnson in the dugout. And, of course, here at Raywinder Field, you've got the luxury of looking in dugouts that don't have roofs. Any other ballpark, not many people would have seen any of the exchange between Peel and Johnson. But here's Raywinder. Fans got a good look at it. So Samard has faced 2 men have reached. Here's Rico Washington. He's 0 for 2. And a pitch low and outside for ball 1. The game has already started to get out of hand, but you get the sense that the Cardinals are not finished yet. Samard has struggled. And the Travs bullpen is about empty. Here's the 1-0. Low, ball 2. A 2-0 count. There goes Ken Patterson out to the mound again. Pitching staff is completely broken. Travs get a good start from James Holcomb yesterday. Bullpen can't hold a 7-run lead. Get a decent start from Daniel Davidson 2 nights ago. Still couldn't hold a lead. Bullpen in complete and utter disarray. And you wonder if the Angels are going to be giving any help to this Traveler pitching staff over the next couple of weeks. It's in dire need of help. Rancho Cucamonga is playing good ball. They're in second place in the South in the California League. Salt Lake in first place at AAA. Pitch to Washington, hit high to left field, but there's a Speedo circling around it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And the runners hold at second and first. Here comes Stavinoha, the 9th batter of the inning. The other thing is that the Angels, who've been an outstanding ball club for the last 4 seasons, well, they've got other things to worry about than their struggling Double-A team. The Los Angeles Angels are in a tailspin. Angels are in last place in the American League West, 5.5 out and on a 4-game losing streak. Just had one of their most embarrassing defeats in franchise history, losing to the Dodgers 16-3 just 3 days ago. And so the Angels have bigger fish to fry. Stavinoha, a check swing strike. 0-1. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. I guess what I'm trying to say, folks, is, yeah, this Travs team needs some help, but the cavalry might not be coming. 0-1 to Stavinoha, first and second, 2 outs. Samard's pitch is slowly rolled to third. Brown up with it, throws to second base for the force out. And this 4th inning comes to a close. Not a good 4th inning at all for the Travs. 4-run score for the Cardinals on 4 hits and 1 error. 2 men were left. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 6-1 Springfield on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Fourth inning continues here at Ray Winter Field, bottom half of the fourth. 6-1 Springfield leading the Arkansas Travelers. The 4-run fourth inning for the Cardinals, where the Travelers lost their starting pitcher, Rafael Rodriguez. Rodriguez's line is completed, 6 runs over 3 in the third. And all the runs will be earned against him. Leading off for the Travelers in the fourth inning, 5-hitter Matt Brown. Chris Lambert in 3 innings allowed a run on the first. That's it. 3 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Brown fouled out in the first inning, and a check swing foul ball in the first pitch of the inning here. Check the scores around the major leagues. Tampa Bay beat Florida 3-0 for a sweep. Scott Kazmir struck out 11 in his 7th win of the season. Dontrell Willis falls to 1-5. 0-1 to Brown is swung on and fouled in the air over first, out of play. Washington beat the Orioles 3-1. With Levon Hernandez winning his second, sending Bruce Chen to an 0-5 record. Chad Cordero came on for the save, his 5th. 0-2 to Brown. Lambert's pitch. A curveball grounded to shortstop. McCoy coming on, gloves it, runs towards first, flips softly for the out. And there's 1 away. That's 5 in a row, 6 down by Lambert.
Right over, Matt Hawley.
Angels have just gotten underway against the Dodgers. Dallas McPherson batting with 2 on and 2 out. 0-0 score. Colorado out to a 5-0 lead against the Blue Jays in the 4th inning at Coors Field. Hawley stands in, grounded out in the second. Lambert from the windup, and it's chopped to second base. Hoffpauir right there. Easy routine ground out, 4-3, 2 outs. Houston Astros 3, Texas Rangers 0. Morgan Ensberg hit his 14th homer. Again, it's 3-0 Houston in the 8th over the Rangers. Minnesota leading Milwaukee 3-2 in the 7th inning. Tony Batista hit his 5th home run. And the Phillies putting a hurting on the Red Sox at Citizens Bank Ballpark, 10-3 Philadelphia. Bobby Abreu and Ryan Howard have homered. Howard with 14 home runs. Pitch on the way to David Gates, low for ball 1. Gates struck out in the 2nd inning and is 4 for 11 in the series. Cardinals 6, Travelers 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Lambert trying for a 2nd consecutive perfect frame. Pitch up high, 2-0 the count. In the American League ballpark, Pittsburgh and Cleveland have played into the 10th, tied at 2. The Indians have men at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs, and Grady Sizemore trying to drive in the winning run. Wind up in a 2-0 to Gates. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Cubs put up 4 runs in the 8th inning at the White Sox, and the Cubbies lead it 6-4. In the bottom of the 8th, Aramis Ramirez, 2 homers for the Cubs. Paul Konerko hit 2 home runs as well, and A.J. Pierzynski, who's probably got a sore jaw, is his 2nd home run as well. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Cardinals rallied for 5 runs in the 7th. St. Louis 9, Kansas City 2 in the 7th inning at KC. 2-2 to Gates is outside, 3-2. Albert Pujols hit another home run. Goodness, 22 homers for Pujols, not even yet 2 months into the season. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and Gates will take inside, draws a 2-out walk. Six to 1 Cards. Trav scored their only run in the first inning on an RBI single by Greg Porter. Del Chiaro singled in the 2nd inning, the last Traveler hit. A slider to start off, up high, ball 1. Lambert getting the comfort of a large lead to work with. He seems to have settled in. Looks strong. It's a 1-0, and it is a strike to Del Chiaro's knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lambert hasn't had 6 runs scored for him since April the 13th in a 10-7 win over Tulsa. Cardinals have given him a couple of games with 5 runs, but for the most part have not given him many runs of support. 1-1 pitch. Del fouled it back, and it's a 1-2 count on Brent Del Chiaro. Cards by 5, 6-1 in the 4th. Gorgeous day for baseball, but a stunning turn of events in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-2. Curve outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes from the Traveler catcher. Looks like Peel will spend the rest of the game in the clubhouse, and maybe he'll be going home. After that ball bounced over his head, allowing Harther to get to third base. He was pulled just 2 batters later. Here's a 2-2 to Del Chiaro. Pops up, first base roof, it's out of play. Del taps the bat on the plate. Gates leads from first. A 2-2 count, 2 outs. Delivery by the right-hander Lambert. Fouled right back, still 2-2. Note in that Kansas City game, Aaron Guile also in deep for KC. Brother of former Traveler Jeff Guile, his 3rd of the year. Courtney Duncan homered for the Cardinals, so did Hector Luna. 2-2 to Brent. Check swing and a curve, ball 3. Barry Bonds will try to eclipse Babe Ruth. Tied the Bambino with his 714th home run yesterday. 1-0 Giants in the bottom of the 2nd today at Oakland, and Bonds again the DH. San Diego leading Seattle 1-0 middle of the 2nd. Here's the 3-2. Gates running. Dell fouls it off the right side. Shadows of the roof covering all but the first 4 sections on the first base side. But as was anticipated, if you're looking to go tanning in Little Rock today, the bleachers at Ray Winder Field are the place to be. 3-2 count to Del Chiaro. The pitch is popped up out of play. Del Chiaro has seen 9 pitches, fouling off 5 of them. On On deck, Eric Rodland. Taking one of two walks issued by Lambert today. The other was David Gates, and he's at first at the moment. Payoff comes to Del Chiaro. Fouled straight back. And we'll do it over again. Great at-bat by Brent Del Chiaro. Reid Gorecki yesterday fouled off a bunch of pitches against the Travelers starter James Holcomb and ended up with an RBI double. Had a 10-pitch at-bat. Let's see if Del gets something to hit. Lambert's next payoff. Swung on, broken bat flare to shallow left center. Shortstop McCoy going out, reaches behind and makes a circus catch. Wow! What a grab by Mike McCoy. Went about 20 feet in the shallow left center, reached behind, and made a catch over the shoulder, then somersaults and pops up. There's the play of the game. No runs for the Travs in the fourth inning, no hits, one man left. 4 innings in the scorebook going into the fifth, and the Cardinals have a 6-1 lead on Air America Little Rock 1380.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is just trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Ashbury, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Baseball moves into the fifth inning here at Ray Winder Field with the Travs trailing by 5-6-1. Michel Simard returns for his second inning of work after replacing Rafael Rodriguez in the fourth inning. Simard allowed a single and a walk, but got the last two batters out. Starts the fifth inning with the same batter that led off in the fourth. Iker Franco, who worked a walk in the fourth inning, and come around to score on a double by Josh Presley. So it's Franco, Richardson, and Presley against Simard here in the fifth. And the Cards will try to extend a current 6-1 lead. Pitch from the right-hander, right down the middle for strike one. Franco has singled and walked, scored a run today. Has 3 hits over the series in 14 at-bats. Here's Simard's pitch. Chopped to third. Brown is there. High hop makes the play. Lines up and fires across and records Franco out 5-3. Just the second leadoff batter retired today, and it'll bring up Richardson. Down to the bullpen, looks like there's a Trav stretching, not warming up. It looks like Tim Bittner. Bittner is stretching, but not warming. Bittner was the pitcher start of the night yesterday, walked the bases loaded, and having some real trouble throwing strikes. Richardson swings at a pitch. High fly, foul down the right field line. Porter giving chase. Here comes Paulie. Paulie makes a running grab at the bullpen mound. Nice hustle by Paulie for the second out. Two outs on just 3 pitches. Josh Presley is next. Presley on a string of 6 consecutive plate appearances reaching base, dating back to yesterday's 3rd inning. Today, Presley has homered, doubled, scored twice, and knocked in 2. Led off the second with a home run to the left field corner. Part of that rally last inning with a double off the center field fence. But Samard with 2 quick outs, trying for a perfect inning. His pitch is at the knees of Presley for strike 1. Presley providing some left-hand power to the Cardinals. They already have some decent left-hand power. The 0-1 is fouled at home plate, strike 2. But Presley also provides a measure of stability as a Double-A veteran. And not just a Double-A veteran, but one who was an all-star in the Texas League last year. And he'll also gain a lot of respect from his teammates, not just for how he's hit recently, but for playing yesterday's game with almost a busted left eye. Steps out of the box. Likened to a hockey player for getting cut before the game. Forget about the stitches. Just play with the cut. The 0-2, a little inside. Nice pitch by Samard. And it's ball 1. Hockey players will get sewn up during the intermission and come out for the next period. But Presley said, I don't even need any stitches. Give that guy some pads and a hockey stick. See what can happen. Here's a 1-2. Slider fouled back. Rolls up the chicken wire and back down into the field. Cards leading 6-1 at the top of the 5th inning. Right now, this ball game has the pace of the Macy's Day Parade. Slow without much of a point. Ground ball to third, booted by Matt Brown. Two-out error allowing Presley to reach. And that'll bring Harther to the plate. Cody Arthur grounded out in the second, singled home a run, and scored in the 4th. That single in the 4th, only his 4th hit all month. Pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. Arthur took a walk in the 9th inning yesterday as the Cardinals rallied back a 4-pitch walk to a batter that was 3 for 39 this month. There's a pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Now the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a line at a center. Bacon coming on. He's there for the catch. And a scoreless 5th inning for the Cardinals, leaving a man on base. We'll go into the bottom of the 5th at 6-1 Springfield. And it's Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Marty Sutherland and David
the last of the fifth inning, halfway through today's game at Ray Winder Field. Travs trailing by 5 runs. Springfield out to a 6-1 advantage. Eric Rodland begins the fifth inning against Chris Lambert. Lambert has limited the top hitting team in the league to 3 hits over 4 innings. Rodland walks in the second. And here's the windup by the right-hander, Lambert's first of the inning. Here's outside for ball 1. Lambert has walked a couple of men, struck out 3. Cardinals with 6 runs on 8 hits. Travelers 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors. The 1-0 to Rodland is slapped down the third baseline foul for strike 1. Rodland, Bacon, and Espedo here in the fifth. Pitches at the knees of Rodland for strikes 1 and 2. Espedo will get his first at-bat of the game after coming in for Aaron Peel. Peel pulled in the top of the 4th inning after a single had bounced in front of him and gotten through him for a 2-base error. Here's a 1-2 from Lambert. Rodland swings and misses and is out on strikes. 4th strikeout of the day for Lambert. 1 out in the 5th inning. To the top of the order, and Dwayne Bacon, who's 1 for 2. Single and a run in the first. That's the only run the Travs have plated today. Bacon fly to center field last time up. First pitch, tried to drag bunt, takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Corners will now play up. And the 0-1 pitch to Bacon is high. A ball and a strike. Getting hotter by the moment at Ray Winder Field. 1-1 on the way to Dwayne. Down and in from Lambert, 2 balls and a strike. 6-1 Cardinals in the last of the 5th. Travs are still in this game. It's a ball club that can make up a 5-run deficit pretty quickly. And they're going to have to get on that horse immediately. And then the tall order is keeping Springfield off the scoreboard. The 2-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive to right for a base hit. Dwayne Bacon gets his second base hit of the afternoon. And he thought about turning it into a double, but thinks better. So right fielder Stavinoha uncorks a cannon to second base. And Bacon retreats to first. So Bacon a bright spot today with a 2 for 3. And here comes Jason Espedo. Espedo hitting .273 with 7 homers and 17 runs batted in. Jason last night was the designated hitter, going 1 for 5, reaching on an error, get a single and a run scored. Lambert dealing with Bacon at first. 1 out. He's running. Pitch is fouled back. Strike 1. He'll finish 0 for 2. A strikeout and a flyout to right. Espedo hitting .320 this month. Trying to get a little bit of a rally going here in the 5th inning with Arkansas trailing by 5. Instead of an 0-1, Lambert turns to first and fires. Bacon dives back and is safe. Cards seem to think that Dwayne will attempt to steal. End of the stretch, Lambert on the 0-1. Espedo swings and misses at a tailing fastball for an 0-2 count. Lambert's got his pitches working today. Fastball is diving Curveball and slider, plenty of movement. 0-2 on the Speedo. And the next pitch. There's a changeup rolled on the right side. Second baseman Hoffpauir makes a sliding play and throws the Speedo out at first. While Dwayne Bacon advances to second base on the fielder's choice. There's 2 outs, and Brandon Wood comes up. Brandon Wood is 0 for 2. Caught looking in the first, grounded out in the third. Springfield 6, Arkansas 1. Bottom of the fifth, Cardinals attempting to take 4 of 5 in the series. The only Traveler win coming Saturday on a walk-off grand slam. Pitch to Wood is up high for ball 1. Brandon 2 for his last 24. 1-0. Up high again, ball 2. Still a lot of looks on the faces of the Travs, almost of bewilderment. After losing that game yesterday with an 8-run ninth and falling behind today by 5. There's ball 3 to Wood outside. Pitch. High, ball 4. Lambert didn't throw anything near the strike zone and really appeared to pitch around Wood. The 2-out walk will bring up Greg Porter. Blaze Ilsley jogs out of the dugout for the Cardinals, and he's got a few words for Chris Lambert. Traveler fans, don't forget about the All-Star game here at Raywinder Field on June the 20th. The Texas League All-Star game played in the last season at Raywinder Field and is brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Tickets are on sale right now. $8 for all box seats. General admission prices are $6 for adults and $3 for kids 14 and under. There'll be a pregame home run derby before the All-Star game on June the 20th. All-Star Fan Fest at the River Market, Casanos, the night before. Arkansas Federal Credit Union is the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. Greg Porter at the plate for the Travs, 2 outs. Bacon and Wood, the base runners. Porter is 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. Pitch to Greg is up high for ball 1. When Porter singled in the first inning, he tied the game at 1. The Cardinals got in front on a Josh Presley homer in the second, and then Springfield rallied for 4 in the fourth. Long look at second base by Lambert, and he's going to step off. Lambert very mindful of the base runners right now. And if he loses track to Porter, he'll hit a 3-run homer, the 1-0. Swing and a foul tip, strike 1. And Porter did swing for the fences there, stumbling over the plate after that big cut. One ball, 1 strike on Porter. Travs need a big hit to get back into the game. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bacon from second and Wood from first. 2 outs. And the 1-2 pitch coming. Here it is. Up high and even counted 2 balls, 2 strikes. Long look for the sign again for Lambert. Working deliberately in the 5th inning. Pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball foul. Bouncing along the fence at first base, takes a hop over the bullpen and into the groundskeeping area. And the count still 2-2 on Greg Porter. Lambert, another long look. Comes set. Delivers 2-2. Porter a check swing as the pitch hits the dirt. Goes all the way past the catcher. And the runners move up on a wild pitch. Bacon to third base and Wood to second, so that'll take away the chance of a double play against Porter. But the count now full on Greg. First base open, and on deck is Matt Brown. The fifth wild pitch thrown by Chris Lambert this year, first of the game. Now a base hit by Porter to bring the Travs within 3. Lambert still from the stretch. Payoff. Outside. Snap throw to third. Bacon is back. So Porter takes the walk. Second in a row delivered by Lambert. And that'll load the bases for Matt Brown. Here's the chance the Travs are looking for to get back into the ballgame. Brown 0 for 2 today after not playing Saturday night. His slide to right, grounded to short, and is without a run batted in 58 at-bats. Bases loaded, Bacon, Wood, and Porter on the base path. 6-1 Cardinals. Trav fans looking for a reason to scream. Here's a pitch. Swing and a high fly to shallow right. Stavinoha coming on. He's underneath it. Can of corn. And the inning is over. So the Travs, no runs in the fifth inning. Only one base hit. They leave them loaded. We'll go into the sixth inning. It's 6-1 Springfield on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh?
These studies show that people following a proper reduced-calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ASCU.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the sixth inning at Ray Winder. 6-1 Springfield over Arkansas. 5 innings in the books. And Springfield put up 4 runs in the 4th inning. There's action in the Traveler bullpen as Michel Samard is working in his 3rd inning. Bill Edwards getting ready. In the 6th, the Cardinals send the 9-hitter Jarrett Hoffpauir to lead off. Mike McCoy and Reid Gorecki to follow. Samard winds and deals the first of the inning to Hoffpauir, and it's low for ball 1. Hoffpauir, an infield single in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th. Samard with an inning and 2/3 under his belt, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. 1-0 pitch is chopped foul, strike 1. Rafael Rodriguez started, gave up 6 runs on 7 hits and a pair of walks and 3 in the third. The 1-1 to Hoffpauir, grounded to short. Here comes Wood, gloves it off to the run. Flips on the run to first and gets the out, and Hoffpauir is 1 for 3. Top of the order now, and Mike McCoy. McCoy has had a hand in 2 runs today. Started the game with a walk. Stole second, scored on a single by Stavinoha. 4th inning, McCoy capped that 4-run frame with an RBI single. Samard goes to a slider, and it is up high, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is hit hard to short. Wood fields it clean, and he crow hops and flips to first base and retires McCoy. 2 outs on just 5 pitches here in the 6th inning to bring up Reid Gorecki. Gorecki, who was 9 for 20 over the first 4 games of the series, hitless today in 3 trips, so he did reach with a walk in the 4th. Strikeout and a fly to center. Pitch on the way from the right-hander. Samard starts with a curve, strike 1. There's a right-hander getting ready in the Cardinal bullpen. And it is Cory Doyne loosening up the arm. 0-1. Gorecki swings and misses at a curveball, strike 2. So Samard is a strike away from his 2nd consecutive scoreless inning. And then he'll hand the ball over to Edwards. 0-2 pitch to Gorecki. A little low, ball 1. Wind up, 1-2 pitch. Swinging a base hit into left field. Right between third and short. Hanging curveball, and Gorecki gets his first hit of the day. Base hit number 9 for the Springfield Cardinals. And that'll bring Rico Washington up. Now the final score out of Houston, where the Astros shut out Texas 5-0. Taylor Buchholz with his first major league shutout, a 5-hitter, no walks. He struck out 6. All game lasted only 2 hours, 24 minutes. And Buchholz is 3-3. Pitch to Washington, fouled at home plate, strike 1. Morgan Ensberg hit a 2-run homer. Jason Lane also a 2-run shot. Oh, 0-1 to Washington, who is 0 for 3. Pitch on the way. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cardinals leading by 5, 6-1. Josh Presley with a go-ahead hit. A home run to start the 2nd. Samard's curve swung on and missed. 1-2 to Washington. Samard comes set. Gorecki running on the pitch, and it's slowly grounded outside first, a foul ball. Between these 2 teams, the Cardinals over the last 2 games have scored 14 of the last 15 runs. Eight in the 9th yesterday for Springfield, and 6 through the first 5 innings today. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Samard's breaking ball strikes Washington out. And the native of Quebec with his 2nd scoreless inning in a row. That'll get us to the bottom of the 6th. 6-1 Springfield over the Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always follows the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the Safe Driving Bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
A, 2001. B, 2005.
We go into the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Travelers still down by 5 runs. Had a chance to get back into the game in the 5th inning, but they left the bases loaded when Matt Brown slid to right field. Chris Lambert still on the mound. He's thrown 96 pitches over 5 innings, so he won't go much further than the 6th. It'll be Matt Pauley to lead it off. Pauley's 0 for 2. Lambert in 5 innings, pitched around 4 walks, struck out 4. Only 4 Traveler hits today. Here's a pitch to Pauley, and it is outside for ball 1. Pauley followed by Gates and Brent Del Chiaro. Lambert hasn't gone further than 6 innings in the game this year. Done it twice. 2 starts ago, 6 innings, 1 run against San Antonio. 1-0 to Pauley is fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cory Doyne still getting ready in the Springfield bullpen. Recently came off the disabled list. Be interesting to see if the Cardinals use closer Mark Worrell at all today, if they carry a lead into the last couple of innings. Remember, Worrell had a meltdown on Friday night. There's a line drive to deep center by Pauley, but Gorecki will go back on it and make the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play by Gorecki, who seemed to be quite nonchalant on that ball, which was coming right towards his face. So Pauley is 0 for 3. That was his best hit ball of the day. David Gates will come up, and Gates 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Cardinals 6, Travelers 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4 runs fourth is the big difference today. Cardinals scored 4 times against starter Rafael Rodriguez in the 4th inning. Here's a windup. Lambert's slider. Gates could not hold back on a check swing and missed it. Strike 1. Chris Hunter is set to start tomorrow for the Travs. He was the losing pitcher in the opening game of this series. We do not have word on who Frisco will pitch. Here's the 0-1 to Gator. Swung on, fouled right back into the net. And it's 0-2. Couple thousand on hand tonight, or today. Team photo day at Ray Winder Field. Here's the 0-2 to Gator. A curveball, a little bit down and in. Ball 1. Gates has hit in 8 of the last 9. 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle on a curve. He's caught looking. 5th strikeout for Lambert, and that was a display of a big roundhouse curveball. A classic curveball of sorts. A lot of downward motion to it. A big hook for Lambert. 2 gone in the 6th inning. Here's Del Chiaro. Del Chiaro singled in the 2nd inning. Had a flare in the 4th that was caught by the shortstop McCoy in shallow left center. A circus catch. First pitch to Brent, high and outside, 1-0. McCoy's play was the defensive play of this series, I believe. I haven't had many diving catches. A leaping grab in shallow left center. Del swings and misses on a high fastball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Doyne is ready to go in the visiting pen. 1-1 pitch to Del Chiaro in the dirt. Ball 2. Travs haven't scored since the first inning, but they've had chances. They've stranded 7 men on base, 3 of them in scoring position. The 2-1 to Brent inside at the elbow. 3 balls and a strike. St. Louis finished off Kansas City 5-2. Cardinals won the game only collecting 5 hits, 3 of them homers. Courtney Duncan, Hector Luna, and Albert Pujols. 3-1 to Del Chiaro, fastball high, and it's the 5th walk allowed by Lambert. And that's going to do it for Chris Lambert. Chris Maloney is walking out of the dugout, and it appears he's going to be going to his right-hander, Doyne, who's been warming up for the last inning and a half. So Lambert with a decent start, even though he walked 5, which is his new season high. He gives up just 4 base hits, and at the moment 1 run. He's in line for the win. 6-1, Springfield has the lead. We'll take a 60-second break for the pitching change. Brought to you by the new AT&T. You can save a bundle on services from AT&T, such as high-speed internet, satellite television, voice services, and wireless. The new AT&T, your world delivered. New pitcher for the Cardinals is Cory Doyne. We'll be back after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CD stack. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. FBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
Cory Doyne is on in relief for the Springfield Cardinals. And coming off the disabled list, it's his first outing in 17 days. Last pitched on May the 4th at Corpus Christi. He pitched very well this year, allowing only 3 runs in 15 in the 3rd inning. Eric Rodlin bats with Brent Del Chiaro at first base, 2 outs, and a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Chris Lambert today worked 5 in the 3rd inning for the Cardinals, giving up only 4 hits. The 1 run earned, walked a season-high 5, and struck out 5 as well. Rodlin, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, takes a curve down low, and it's a ball and a strike. Doyne allowing a .226 batting average against, 9 walks and 11 strikeouts in 15 and a third. 1-1, low and behind the catcher. It'll go back to the screen, and Del Chiaro gets second base on the wild pitch from Cory Doyne. 2 balls, 1 strike on Eric Rodlin. Another RBI opportunity for the Arkansas Travelers. Left the bases loaded in the 5th inning. And with 2 outs, trailing by 5 in the 6th inning, it's a pretty necessary run right there at second base. First pitch, or the next pitch to Rodlin, bounced to the mound off the glove of Doyne to the second baseman Hoffpauir, whose throw is not in time and actually pulled Richardson off the base. Everybody is safe. Doyne actually made that play a little tougher than it needed to be, just by going after it. Bouncing ball that if he didn't touch would have been fielded right behind the mound by the second baseman, Hoffpauir. But with Doyne trying to make that play, kicked off the glove, and Hoffpauir had to redirect himself. And his throw was offline, pulling Richardson's left foot off the base by just a little bit. A base hit has been awarded to Eric Rodlin. And so it's first and third for the Travs. And Dwayne Bacon, the batter, takes low, ball one. Bacon is 2 for 3. Couple of singles. He's also scored the only Traveler run. Batting from the left side with Del Chiaro at third base and Rodlin at first. 1-0. Swinging a fly ball to straightaway center. Gorecki stops in his tracks and makes the catch. Travs strand another pair of runners here in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. We'll go to the 7th inning. 6-1 Cardinals on Air America, Little Rock, 1380.
Make your plans now to see the best racing under the lights at Texas Motor Speedway, June 8th, 9th, and 10th. You won't want to miss another incredible finish like this one from 2002.
Here we come once again. It's going to be the line. The winner's going to be Sam Hornick Jr. by 96 thousandths of a second.
The Oak Creek Homes qualifying day for the IRL and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will be Thursday, June 8th. On Friday, June 9th, David Starr, Dennis Setzer, Todd Boda, and the rest of the Craftsman Truck Series will go door to door and heat up the asphalt in the Samstown 400. But the weekend would not be complete without the fearless drivers of the Indy Racing League at speeds over 200 miles per hour in the Bombardier Learjet 500 Saturday night, June 10th. Could it be Dan Weldon, Sam Hornish Jr., Tony Kanaan, or Danica Patrick claiming the Texas victory? Don't miss the action under the lights. Call 817-215-8500 or visit TexasMotorspeedway.com. Texas Motor Speedway, celebrating 10 years strong.
Do you have an interest in broadcasting, enjoy baseball, and are looking for a part-time job opportunity? Well, maybe we have what you're looking for. KDXE AM 1380 is the home for Arkansas Travelers baseball, and we need to add to our staff of board operators for Travelers games. Your responsibility will involve the process of putting Arkansas Travelers games on the air. The work schedule includes weeknights and weekends shared with other staff board operators. No experience in broadcasting is necessary, and learning our system for game broadcasts is easy. If you're interested, give us a call at 501-221-1380. That's 501-221-1380.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Michel Simard has been a bright spot today for the Arkansas Travelers. The Quebec native has tossed 2 2/3 scoreless baseball, surrendering only 2 hits and striking out 1. He has kept the Travs in the game, although trailing by 5 going into the last 3 innings. Not necessarily still in the ball game. They're within striking distance, but Arkansas has been leaving a lot of men on base so far. Travs leaving 5 men on base over the last 2 innings. And they've stranded 9 men overall. So Simard will try for another scoreless frame. Comes on in the 7th to face the cleanup batter Nick Stavinoha, followed by Iker Franco and Juan Richardson. First Stavinoha, whose RBI single in the first inning gave the Cardinals their first lead. Since then he's fly to right, grounded to third. Pitch from Simard is low for ball 1. Iker Franco and Richardson next. Stavinoha, 7 hits in the series and 7 runs batted in. The 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball for strike 1, 1-1 the count. Bill Edwards still loosening up in the pen. Here's the wind and the 1-1 to Stavinoha. A curve inside ball 2. Simard would have been the last pitcher used by Ty Boykin yesterday. He was warming up as Rich Thompson gave up the lead in the 9th. He would have pitched in the 10th if the game got that far. The 2-1 is hit in the air to deep left field. Stavinoha sends a speedo back to the warning track. He has room, and he makes the catch for the out. 1 away. Iker Franco is next up.
Iker Franco.
Standing in is Iker Franco. Franco, 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a run scored, and a ground out to third. Pitch inside from Simard, ball 1. On the way. Franco fouls it. Strike 1. They're getting ready for action in Midland and in San Antonio. Midland hosting Frisco in the final game of that series. A 1-1 to Franco as a slider for strike 2. Corpus Christi at San Antonio today. The Hooks have lost 2 in a row to the Missions. San Antonio in last place. So they have 2 less losses than the Travs. The 1-2 outside, 2-2. That's how the Travelers equal the win total of the Missions, 15. Remember, San Antonio's had 2 games rained out that won't be made up. Same as the Springfield Cardinals. They had games against Corpus and San Antonio rained out in Springfield that will not be made up. Pitch outside, and the count full to Franco, 3-2. The Springfield at 24-16, played 3 less games than the Drillers. And 3 less than the Wranglers. Simard pitch, swing and a miss, and Franco strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Simard. And here's Juan Richardson. Richardson is 1 for 3. Part of the rally in the 4th inning with a single off the left field fence. He would score. Pitch on the way. A strike, and it's 0-1. Top of the 7th, Card 6, Travs 1. Here's the 0-1 to Richardson. Ground ball to third. Brown is there behind the base. His long throw retires Richardson for the final out. And a 1-2-3 inning thrown by Michel Simard. 3 2/3 by Michel, no runs. He's pitched wonderfully. We'll go into the 7th inning stretch at Ray Winder. 6-1 Springfield on Air America Little Rock 1380.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Hitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
So ZZ Top to take us into the bottom of the 7th inning from our organist. Yes, we have heard Black Sabbath from the organist today, the Rolling Stones, and now ZZ Top, the only organist in minor league or major league baseball that even knows those bands exist. 6-1 Cardinals lead in the last of the 7th inning. Jason Espito leads off the 7th inning. Cory Doyne's pitch is a strike over the outside corner. A Espedo getting his second at-bat of the afternoon, grounded out in the fifth. Wood and Porter to follow, Doyne to the plate, and Espedo hits a ground ball into right field for a base hit. Leadoff single, and the Travs have the leadoff man aboard for only the second time today.
Shortstop, Brandon Wood.
Wood at the plate. He is struck out, grounded to shortstop, and walked. Travs trailing by 5. They've had opportunities to get back in. Left the bases loaded in the 5th. Stranded 2 in the 6th. First pitch, a curve from Doyne. Good for a strike, 0-1. Wood walked in the 5th inning. Right-hand batter waiting. The 0-1 is high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wood with 8 homers and 31 RBIs, batting .250. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball low, 2-1. We had a tie game at 1 going into the second. The Cardinals have scored the last 5. Josh Presley a solo homer to start the second. That's the go-ahead run. They tacked on 4 in the 4th. Pitch to Wood is low. 3 balls, 1 strike on the Travs shortstop. Three balls and a strike. Espedo runs. Wood fouls it off his foot. And Espedo will have to go back to first base on a 3-2 count. Cory Doyne inherited a runner in the 6th inning. Stranded him. But he's allowed hits to 2 of the 3 men that he's faced. The full count to Brandon Wood. No one warming up in either bullpen. Espedo running. The pitch low. Ball 4. The 6th walk taken by a Traveler batter today. Still haven't been able to turn any of the walks into runs. With Doyne scuffling, Cardinals will get someone warming up in the bullpen shortly. A little action out there. Here's Greg Porter. His RBI single in the 1st inning, knocking in the only Arkansas run of the day. Since then, he's grounded to 3rd and taken a walk. Doyne from the stretch delivers to the left-hander. Porter takes inside a fastball that just missed the plate. 1-0. Porter these days, this is the guy you want at the plate where you need to hit. Travs need a hit right now. The 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2. The 2-0 foul ball at the plate. Big cut by Greg Porter. Two balls, 1 strike from Justin Garza. Who entered the game in the 6th inning. And it's Doyne getting ready in the bullpen. 2-1, pop up over 3rd. Washington giving chase to the bullpen. Scatters that pen, but he can't make up the ground, and it fell away from him by about 10 feet. Still 2-2 to Porter. Inning starts with a single by Jason Espino. Brandon Wood then walked. Garza has faced 4 batters. 3 have reached. The stretch. The 2-2 from Garza. Porter swings and tips it, but it was held on by Iker Franco. Strike 3. Little tailing motion on that pitch. And it dove away from Porter at the very last second. 1 away to bring up Matt Brown. Brown 0 for 3. Left the bases loaded in the 5th inning with a fly out to right. 1 out, 2 on. 5-run deficit for the Arkansas Travelers. Trying to avoid losing 4 of 5 at home. Right-hander delivers. Brown takes a fastball right down the middle. Strike 1. The 0-1 to Brown. Swung on, fly ball towards the gap in right center. Over Gorecki's head. He plays it perfectly off the fence. Espino was holding up at second. He'll only get third base. They throw behind him. He is safe. A base hit for Matt Brown that hits the right center field wall with men at first and second, yet nobody scores on the play. Espino seemed to get caught, thinking that the ball would be caught by Gorecki, but instead, Gorecki played it off the fence. No one's able to score. Bases loaded for Matt Pauley. The Trav's second opportunity with the bases loaded. They've stranded 5 men over the last 2 innings. They've had their chances to get back into it, and they'll get another chance right here. Pauley with the bases loaded. He's 0 for 3 today. But remember, 11 RBIs in his last 8 games. Pitch on the way, Garza's fastball, low, ball 1. Pauley over the course of the series, 6 for 15. 4 doubles and a homer, 5 RBI. Espino, Wood, and Brown on the bases. Pauley swings, and it's a high fly in a deep center. But Gorecki has a beat, and he makes the catch. Tagging from third, Espino throw goes to third, and Wood slides in safely to third base as Espino scores the second Traveler run. Brown comes in behind Wood and gets into second base. So a sacrifice fly for Matt Pauley makes it a 6-2 Cardinal lead. And it looks like that's going to be it for Justin Garza. Chris Maloney is making a change as he comes out of the dugout. He'll go to Cory Doyne, who's now warming up in the bullpen. The call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Go online to att.com and check out their amazingly low price for blazing fast high-speed internet. In order today and get your high-speed internet at a dial-up price. At att.com, the new AT&T, your world delivers. Cory Doyne, the new Cardinal pitcher, will come back to talk about him and a 6-2 Cardinal advantage after a 60-second break on Air America Little Rock 1380.
That you like to be in control. So check out att.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if att.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at att.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, levy charges, and federal notices for the cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet bill credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Cory Doyne on in relief for the Springfield Cardinals, and Harrod's men at second and third, as the Travelers score a run here in the 7th on a sacrifice fly by Matt Pauley. Garza goes 1 inning, surrendering 3 hits, a run earned, responsible for the 2 men on the bases. David Gates will be the batter. Gates 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Doyne, a 6'2" right-hander, 210 pounds from Lutz, Florida. First pitch on the way is a fastball for strike 1. He's a hard thrower with a split-fingered pitch as well. Gates, driven in 7 runs. If he collects a base hit, the Travs will be down by only 2. 0-1 pitch, strike 2 called over the outside corner. Doyne 2 fastballs and 2 strikes. Let's see if Doyne wastes one. He's set. Pitch, low and outside, ball 1. And he started when Jason Espedo rolled a single to right field off of Justin Garza. Brandon Wood then worked a walk. Garza struck out Greg Porter. Matt Brown hit a fly ball off the right field fence, getting just a single out of it to load the bases, and then Matt Pauley delivered the sac fly. The 1-2 to Gates outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two count on Gates. Given the left field corner, big gap in left center. Pitch on the way, outside, ball 3. Doyne has had some control troubles during his career. Last season with Springfield walked 36 batters in 55 in the 3rd innings, but also struck out 53. Carried a 1.95 ERA as they're closing. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball, and Gates strikes out to end the 7th inning. Travs managed 1 run on 2 hits. Stranding a man at second. 2 men left on base. We'll go into the 8th. 6-2 Cardinals on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality, custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bill Edwards is the new Traveler pitcher to start the 8th inning, replacing Michel Simard. Simard, finest outing as an Arkansas Traveler, going 3 2/3 innings, surrendering just 2 hits. Did not allow a run. He walked a man and struck out 2. So Edwards, who picked up the win on Saturday, actually on Friday, allowing 3 runs in the 9th inning and then getting the victory when Greg Porter hit the walk-off grand slam. Edwards 4-1, a 4.64 ERA. Cardinals 6, Travelers 2. The Travs have had their chances to score some runs today. Only 2 runs, but they have also left the bases loaded once. And over the course of the last 4 innings, Travs have stranded 8 men. They've left 11 men on base overall. Edwards to face Josh Presley, who's reached in all 3 plate appearances today with a homer, a double, and a ground ball error at third base. Pitch on the way to the big lefty, and it's low for ball 1. Presley has reached base in his last 7 at-bats. And Edwards comes home and misses down and in, ball 2. Edwards in his last 3 outings, giving up 3 runs in 2 of them, 6 runs total over 4 innings. The 2-0 pitch is low, ball 3. Edwards had been pretty effective over the first month of the season, scuffling recently. The 3-0 is outside, and Edwards walks Presley on 4 pitches. That is 8 consecutive plate appearances that Presley is aboard. Now Cody Harther will come in, and the Travs will get a pitcher warming up in the bullpen immediately. Bobby Wilson jogs down to the pen. Edwards delivers a slider for strike 1 to Cody Harther. Harther, an RBI single in the 4th inning, is 1 for 3. Oh, 1 on the way from Bill. Curveball inside, and a check swing by Harther to take the pitch. 1-1. Aaron Pullen is warming up in the bullpen. Edwards faces 1 batter, and the pitcher gets ready in the pen. Next delivery. Low and inside, ball 2. Travs trailing by 4 runs. They've had chances to score. Edwards needs to keep it at a 4-run game. The 2-1 to Harther. Roped, caught at first by Porter. He doubles off Presley. Double play. Great reaction by Greg Porter. If he didn't catch it, Harther had an extra base hit. Presley may have scored. 2 outs to bring up Jarrett Hoffpauir.
Also, don't forget last game, you go on the field and run the bases or get free gift mark. Did run bases after the game.
Jarrett Hoffpauir at the plate, a single in the 2nd, 2 ground outs to short since. Cards lead by 4. Edwards had a lucky double play there. Pitch on the way, and Hoffpauir takes ball 1 down low. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the 9-hitter. Low, ball 2. The second double play turned by the Travs today. And now the 2-0 to Hoffpauir. He's at the knees for strike 1. Cardinals 6, Travelers 2. The 2-1 to Hoffpauir from Edwards. Curveball found the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. Ground ball past the mound, up the middle, into center field. 2-out single for Jarrett Hoffpauir. Edwards almost grabbed it. Awkward looking attempt as his follow-through carries him on the first base side of the mound. Going to reach behind him and down, trying to make a backhand backwards play. But Hoffpauir had enough on it to fight it through, and so a 10-hit game for the Cardinals. Now Mike McCoy will stand in. And McCoy is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. 2 outs and Hoffpauir leading from first. Porter will hold him. And a pitch from Edwards. A hanging slider missing high, ball one. Pullen continues to warm in the bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Inside 2-0. Six runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. Travs, 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Hoffpauir leads away with his hands on his knees, and McCoy fouls the 2-0 pitch back into the screen. Strike one. Edwards with 1 inning of work here in the 8th. Trying to fight through it. The 2-1. McCoy chops to short. Wood will grab it, and he'll flip to Rodlin at second for the force out on Hoffpauir. So Edwards, a scoreless 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left to go to the bottom of the 8th at 6-2 Springfield on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. Pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Cardinals leading, bottom of the 8th now at Ray Winder Field. Brent Del Chiaro will come up to lead off for the Travs. Cory Doyne in his 2nd inning of work for the Cardinals. Del Chiaro has walked and singled today. Rodlin and Bacon will follow against Doyne. Doyne faces one batter in the 7th, striking him out. Doyne from the windup, he'll deal. And Del Chiaro swings through a powerful fastball, strike one. Recapping this ball game at the moment, Springfield got ahead in the 1st inning as the 0-1 comes to Del Chiaro and misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Travs starting pitcher Rafael Rodriguez walked McCoy to start the game. He would steal second on a strikeout and score in a Nick Stavinoha 2-out single. Pitch high and away to Del Chiaro, 2-1. Travs tied it immediately in the bottom of the 1st. Wayne Bacon, a leadoff single, stole second and scored on a 2-out single by Greg Porter. 2-1 to Del Chiaro, swung on, line drive to left, and he gets his 2nd hit of the game. Leadoff single for Brent Del Chiaro to bring up Eric Rodlin. Springfield took the lead, however, again in the 2nd inning, where Josh Presley hit a leadoff home run inside the left field foul pole. Things got out of hand in the fourth inning as Rodriguez allowed the first 4 men to reach. They would all score. Rodlin, the batter for the Travs. Check swing and a curve inside 1-0. Rodlin has walked, struck out, and singled. 7 hits in the series, hitting .350 on the year. One-0 pitch. Rodlin smacks the line drive to right for another base hit. Picked up by Nick Stavinoha, fires to the infield. Del Chiaro holds at second base. Pair of singles to start the 8th inning. We go to the top of the order, and Dwayne Bacon. In that 4th inning, Springfield started with a walk to Iker Franco. Juan Richardson then lined to pitch off the left center field wall for a single that got Franco only second base. Double by Presley scored Franco for a 3rd run. And then Cody Arthur hit a sinking line drive base hit into left field that bounced past Aaron Peel for a 2-base error. Arthur on the plate, 2 runs scored. He was given credit for 1 RBI. Peel was lifted from the ball game in favor of Jason Espedo. There was a bit of a shouting match in the dugout between Peel and another Traveler. It looked like one of the coaches. Wasn't quite sure who it was. Michel Samard entered the game in place of Rodriguez and allowed an RBI single to Mike McCoy. Travs scored their last run of the 7th inning. Sac fly by Matt Pauley. They've had a lot of opportunities. Bacon squares around and takes a pitch high for ball 1. "11 men left on base by Arkansas today. 8 in the last 4 innings. Bacon is 2 for 4. Pitch comes, and he looks at ball 2 low. Washington and Richardson are the corners, guarding a bunt. It really is no spot for a sacrifice bunt. You need a rally. Can't give up the out. Pitch. Ground ball off of the pitcher. Ricochets to third. Washington will hold it, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. The 3rd bases loaded spot for the Travs today. They've managed only 1 run out of the previous 2 bases loaded situations. It's Jason Espedo who has the chance, representing the tying run. Espedo has a sacrifice fly in his only bases loaded chance of the year. He gets his 2nd spot right now. First, a visit to the mound by the Springfield pitching coach, Blaze Ilsley. And Cory Doyne having trouble in the 8th. Cardinals bullpen has not looked strong today. Justin Garza gave up a run on 3 hits in 1 inning. And now Doyne allows 3 consecutive singles to begin the 8th. .2,600 fans have come to the ballpark today. Haven't had many opportunities to cheer or get loud until they answer the beck and call of the fanometer on the scoreboard. Here is Espedo, 1 for 2 after coming in for Peel in the 4th inning. First pitch is up high for ball 1. Rich Scalamandri getting ready in the Cardinal bullpen. He saved yesterday's game. Here's a 1-0, and Espedo takes ball 2 high. You've had comebacks the last 2 nights. Travs scored 5 times in the 9th Friday. Cardinals 8 runs in the 9th yesterday. We're only in the 8th at the moment. The 2-0. Check swing foul ball. Espedo did not want to finish that swing, but the bat was over the plate. And the ball came right to him. Espedo has hit 7 home runs this year. Only one of those homers has come with a man on base. He's got 3 on the bases now. Pitch popped out of play over the bleachers. And Doyne evens the count at 2-2. At third base, Del Chiaro, Roslin at second, and Bacon at first. Here's the stretch by Doyne. Delivers to Espedo. High, ball 3. The count is full, and the bases are loaded. No one's out, and Brandon Wood is on deck. Here's the stretch by the right-hander. The payoff, swinging a ground ball, face hit into right field. That'll score Del Chiaro. Roslin around third. Here's Stavinoha's throw, cut off on the infield. He scores. First base is open. Espedo gets back in. They throw the ball away. Here comes Bacon to score from third, and Espedo gets second base. 3-run score on a wacky play. Espedo gets credit for a 2-run single. There'll be an error charged on the shortstop McCoy trying to throw behind Espedo at first base. And Espedo, who represents the tying run, gets into second. 6-5 the score as the Traps finally break through with the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Still nobody out. And the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Brandon Wood. So Wood will not be hitting against Cory Doyne. Cardinals skipper Chris Maloney is walking slowly to the mound. He's had Scalamandri warming up for only 2 minutes. And so he has not had much of an opportunity to loosen up his right arm. But Maloney's just going to take the ball from Doyne immediately. And we'll take a 60-second break for a call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. You can turn a double play with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, like make calls and access the net at the same time using just one line. Learn about it online at thenewatt.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Brandon Wood will be batting after a 60-second break with a tying run at second in the 8th inning and nobody out on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewatt.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered. Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service Cost Recovery Fee Extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com/bundle details. Not available in all areas.
All the way to the top of the grandstand to the 12-seat north seat.
Travs have scored 4 runs since the start of the 7th inning, making up all but one of the difference between them and the Springfield Cardinals. Cardinals had a 6-1 lead after the 4th. But Jason Espedo's 2-run single and the ensuing error on the shortstop McCoy, allowing another run to score, make it a 6-5 ball game. And the Cardinals go to their closer of the moment, Rich Scalamandri, who has saved 2 this year, including yesterday's ball game. 2 wins, no losses, and a 3.32 ERA. Scalamandri inherits Espedo at second base after Cory Doyne goes just 1/3 of an inning, striking a man out but giving up 4 hits. Brandon Wood has walked in his last 2 appearances, is struck out and grounded to short as well. Could Wood be at the plate, dropping down a sacrifice? We shall see. Washington is playing behind the bag. He doesn't expect the bunt. And the pitch Wood will take outside for ball one, so Wood will not be squaring. Hey, he's your three-hitter. Kind of counting your three-hitter for an RBI to tie the game. Brandon with 31 runs batted in the season. One of them this series came yesterday with a double. Here's the 1-0. Fastball right down the middle. And Wood with a 1-1 count. Del Chiaro, Rodland, and Bacon all single to start the inning. Espedo followed with his 2-run hit. The 1-1 to Wood. Curveball. Slipped foul into the catcher's mitt. Strike two. Porter and Brown, the next two batters. Gallimander has struck out 20 against only 5 walks in 19 innings. 1-2 pitch to Wood. Fastball off the plate, just a little outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travs break through with 3 runs in the 8th inning. A 4th run ties it up. 2-2 pitch. Wood takes outside, and the count's full. Cards pitchers over the last 3 innings have walked 2 men and allowed 7 hits. Long look at the signs. Gallimander ready. Payoff comes to Wood. Ball 4. Low and outside. It's the 3rd consecutive walk for Brandon Wood, and here comes Greg Porter. So first and second, still nobody out in the 8th inning as the first 5 Traveler batters have reached. And Greg Porter coming up. Porter delivered a run-scoring single in the first inning. Since then, he's grounded to third, walked, and struck out. Washington creeping up at third base. Shortstop McCoy holding on Espedo at second. Pitch on the way. Porter swings and fouls it back. Strike one. Big cut at that one. Porter hit that game-winning grand slam on Friday night, one of 2 homers. But Gallimander hasn't allowed a home run this year. Walking leads by the runners. Espedo, a good lead at second base, 7 feet. Pitch inside, backing Greg away, 1-1. Each team with 10 base hits. It's the Travs trying to come back tonight. Trailed 6-1 going into the 7th. They've made up 4 of those runs. Porter waiting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball shallow left down the foul line. Harther coming in, a long run. Crosses foul and makes the catch for out number 1. Runners, of course, can't advance on that. Matt Brown will stand to the plate next. Brown singled off the right center field fence in the 7th inning, which helped load the bases for the next batter, Pauly, to hit a sac fly. Brown still with no RBIs in his last 15 games, covering 60 at-bats. Now is about the time to break that slide. Matt with 17 runs batted in on the year. They look for 2 on the infield. Here's the pitch. Fastball down the middle of the plate. Strike 1. Brown is fouled to right. Grounded to short. Slide to right, leaving 3 men on base in the 5th inning. And that hit in the 7th to right center field. 0-1. Gallimander delivers outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the 5-hitting Matt Brown. Outfield shifts towards right, leaving a huge gap in left center. Gallimandry comes set. Crouches down. The 1-1, strike 2 called. At the knees. Brown will back away from the plate with a deep breath. Brown looking pensive, thinking about the situation. 6-5, Cardinals leading. First and second, one out. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Decent speed on the bases. Time called, and Gallimandry asked for his catcher Franco to walk out to the mound. No one warming up in the Springfield bullpen. They do not have Mark Worrell getting ready. It makes you wonder whether or not they'll be using Worrell as a closer for much longer, or if they're even going to do that at all anymore. Franco back behind the dish with a count of 1-2. The stretch, the 1-2, up high. Fastball missing, even 2-2 count. Walking leads by the runners. No one getting held on. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider got Brown over the plate. 2 away in the 8th inning. Matt Pauley is next. So Pauley with the chance to drive in a tying run. Started this comeback for Arkansas in the 7th inning with a bases-loaded sac fly. He's 0 for 3, however. Left-hand batter against the righty Gallimandry. And a pitch on the way. Pauley swings a high fly ball into center, but the bat broke, and that'll cost him a base hit. Gorecki is there for the catch, and the inning comes to a close. Well, he hit that ball solidly, but the baseball won the battle with the bat, and you can hear it crack. Trav scored 3 times in the 8th inning. On 4 hits and 1 error, they stranded 2. We'll go to the 9th. 6-5 Springfield on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
8 innings complete. We go to the 9th of a 1-run ball game. Cardinals 6, Travelers 5. With the Travs stranding 2 more men on the bases in the 8th. They have left 13 men through 8 innings. Bill Edwards returns for his 2nd inning of work. Edwards snuck through the 8th inning, giving up a walk and a single, but no runs. Reid Gorecki leads off the 9th inning, followed by Rico Washington and Nick Stavinoha. And Edwards goes from the windup. Gorecki squared around and took inside for ball one. Springfield has Mark Worrell warming up in the bullpen. A little surprising, but after he blew the save on Friday, they're going to give him a save opportunity today. A 1-0 to Gorecki, high and tight ball two. But Edwards has to get through this ninth inning without giving up a run. It's a 2-0 pitch. Here it is to Gorecki. Shortens up on the bat, takes all the way, and a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Pitch on the way from the righty. Gorecki looks low, ball three. Edwards pitched around a leadoff walk in the eighth. Here in the ninth, the 3-1 to Gorecki is popped up. Left side of the plate, foul territory. Del Chiaro has a play, takes the catch. Halfway between the batter circle and the warning track. One out in the ninth inning to bring up Washington. Washington an 0 for 4 game. Very surprising considering that coming into today he was 17 for 35 against traveler pitching. Here's a delivery to the left-hander. Down and in for a ball, 1-0. Wind up in the 1-0 to Washington. Swing and a tip, foul, strike one. The Travs are scheduled to bat David Gates, Brent Del Chiaro, and Eric Rodlin in the ninth inning. That's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Bobby Wilson is available for pinch hit duty. Washington takes a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-2. Getting some Rico chants in the bleachers for Rico. The 1-2 pitch is down and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bleachers are getting creative after the dollar PBRs went on sale. 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Washington strikes out for the second time, and Bill Edwards has set down 2 in a row at the start of the ninth inning. Stavinoha walking up to the batter's box. 1 for 4 with an RBI single way back in the first inning. Cardinals 6, Travelers 5. Pitch on the way, strike one, inside corner. Here's an 0-1 from Bill Edwards. Stavinoha swings and fouls it back. More of a 2/3 of a swing from Stavinoha. Tried to hold back, and he'd already crossed the plate. 0-2. One more strike, and we'll see if the Travs can come back in the ninth. And here is the pitch to Stavinoha. Swung on, ground ball, a base hit between third and short. 2-out single for Nick Stavinoha, the 11th of the game for the Springfield Cardinals. Each team with 11 base hits now. The batter will be Iker Franco. Franco is singled, walked, scored a run, grounded to third, and struck out. Edwards into the stretch, drops at the belt, and throws to the plate. Fastball outside, 1-0. Cards haven't scored since that 4-run fourth inning. Michel Simard, 3 2/3 scoreless bullpen work. Bill Edwards, so far an inning and 2/3, no runs. A 1-0 on the way. Runner goes inside. Del Chiaro, throw to second, is right on the money. Not in time for the out. Stavinoha gets in there just before the tag was applied. First steal of the year. Great throw by Del Chiaro. Stavinoha got a good jump. Franco is singled in the first inning. He's driven in 19 on the year. The 2-0 pitch from Edwards is low, ball 3. Edwards has walked 1 today. $13 on the year. The 3-0 is outside. 4-pitch walk to bring up Juan Richardson. Richardson 1 for 4. Singled and scored in the 4th. Last at bat, he rolled out to third base. First and second, 2 outs in the 9th. Pitches a breaking ball high. Brent Del Chiaro will walk the ball out to Edwards. Try to settle him down. Edwards had trouble throwing strikes for most of the year. He's been very inconsistent game to game and pitch to pitch, and it's the same thing today. Got decent stuff. Big curveball, good slider, fastball on the upper 80s, movement on it. And still not able to repeat performances pitch to pitch. Del Chiaro back behind the dish. 1-0 on the right-hand batting Juan Richardson. And the delivery, check swing and a curve appeal. First base umpire Chet Huntley said he went around. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on the 6-hitter Richardson. Worrell is ready to go in the Cardinal bullpen. Bottom 3 hitters are scheduled to bat for the Travs in the 9th. They trail 6-5 against Springfield. The Cardinals have 1 more shot to add to the lead. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Curveball broke way before he got to the plate. Richardson wanted no part of it. One count on Richardson. Edwards throws. Fastball, strike 2. At the corner, at the knee. Stavinoha at second, Franco at first. The 2-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging with a big curveball. Bill Edwards strikes out Richardson to end the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left for the Cardinals. Last chance for the Travs. They need 1 to tie, 2 to win. 6-5 Springfield. We'll be back after this break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Since 1901, the Arkansas Travelers have been making memories in the Natural State. Like John Young launching a home run over the Mills Freeway to win the 77 Texas League title. People still talk about the explosive performances of Captain Dynamite or the Travs leadoff batter for the 1976 season, 3'4" Roscoe P. Stidman, and the unbelievable home run heroics of recent Travs Tommy Murphy and Mike Napoli.
And it's a grand slam! Tommy Murphy wins the game with a walk-off grand slam!
Now you, your friends, and family are invited to create some memories of your own as the Travs charge to the 74th and final season at Ray Winder Field.
Double play ends it. The Travs are the East Division champions.
Come share the excitement as the Arkansas Travelers celebrate their history with another winning season. For tickets, call 664-1555 or visit Travs.com.
Henry Morales has hit another ball onto the freeway. Get out of here.
The Arkansas Travelers, still the greatest game on dirt.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
I'm going to sit down at the end of the series and there's one unanimous law. There's a lot of
Last of the 9th inning, and the Arkansas Travelers trailing 6-5 against the Springfield Cardinals. Cards showing some trust in Mark Worrell, who has imploded twice over his last 3 outings. Worrell on May the 15th gave up 3 runs, walking 4, hitting another batter, and allowing a home run. 3 runs scored against him in just 2/3 of an inning. And Worrell took a loss against Wichita by a final of 7-6. Friday, Springfield carried the lead into the 9th inning, gave it over to Worrell. He walked 2, allowed 3 base hits, pair of home runs, Eric Rodland and Greg Porter. Porter with the walk-off grand slam. So over Worrell's last inning and 1/3, he has surrendered 5 base hits and 8 runs, plus 6 walks. So Rich Scalamandri pitched the 8th inning, inheriting the tying runs at second base, does not allow the tying run to score, and hands it over to Worrell. Worrell in the season has saved 10 games. He has blown 3 chances. ERA at an even 6. It went up almost 3 runs thanks to the 5 runs that scored against him Friday night. David Gates leads off, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Worrell throws a fastball for strike 1 on the outside corner. Worrell has that herky-jerky delivery, part sidearm, part submarine. Fastball does not come in fast. He's a slider pitcher. The 0-1 to Gates. Outside, 1-1. He really relies on the slider. His fastball very hittable. 1-1 count. Gates waiting. The pitch right down the middle, strike 2. Worrell, 22 years old, from Boynton Beach, Florida, saved 35 games in the Florida State League last year. 1-2 to Gates, kicked foul into the catcher's mitt, and Franco squeezes it. Gates strikes out for the 4th time. 1 away in the 9th inning. For Worrell, it's his 23rd strikeout, over 18 in the 3rd, and he got Gates on that slider. Now Brent Del Chiaro comes up. Del Chiaro is 2 for 3. Singled and scored in the 8th inning. He's also taken a base on ball. From the stretch, Mark Worrell. Right-hander deals, and Del takes a fastball high, 1-0. 2 homers on the year for Del Chiaro, 5 RBIs. Worrell has surrendered 5 homers this season. The 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1 on the inside corner. Travs put up 3 runs in the 8th, 1 in the 7th to bring them within 1. 1-1 pitch, slider down the middle, strike 2 called. It was a hanging breaking ball. Del Chiaro backs away from the plate and tells Edward R. Murrow that that was not a strike. And Edward R. Murrow tells it like it is. One and 2 to count on the Traveler catcher. And the pitch, a fastball off the outside corner. Worrell tried to surprise Del Chiaro with the heat, but he missed his location. Aaron Pullen warming up in the Arkansas pen in case we go into extra. Mark Worrell ready. The target is at the knees. The pitch, a slider, pops up on the right side. First baseman Richardson calling it, and he's got it. 2 outs in the 9th inning. So Eric Rodland stands in. Rodland began that game-winning rally 2 nights ago with a solo homer off of Mark Worrell. Solo homer here ties the game. Eric has hit only 2 homers all year, and he's not a power hitter. Richardson backs away at first. He'll guard the line. 13 Travs have been left on base, trailing by 1 run. Pitch to Rodland, a strike on a slider. And Worrell has the feel for the breaking ball again. Rodland today, 2 singles. Strikeout and a walk. The 0-1 from Worrell is down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Chopper up the middle. Second baseman Hoffpauir gloves. His throw to first base is in time. And the ball game over. Travs go down in order in the ninth. Springfield wins at 6-5, and the Cardinals take 4 of 5 games from the Arkansas Travelers. Travs have dropped their 11th and 13 games. Rafael Rodriguez takes the loss. His record down to 0-3. The ERA goes even higher than the 10.72 it was at the start of the game. The win goes to Chris Lambert. He's 3-4. Travs fall to 15-27. At home, they are 5-16. Springfield to 25-16. Season series in favor of the Cardinals. Cardinals 6-3 against the Arkansas Travelers. Final score: Springfield 6, Arkansas 5. We'll have the totals next on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northwest Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with a taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Recapping the game tonight at Ray Winder Field as the Springfield Cardinals beat Arkansas 6-5. Unofficial final totals at the moment: Springfield 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 9 men left. For the Travelers, it's 5 runs on 11 base hits, 2 errors, and 13 men left on base, 7 of them in scoring position. Winning pitcher will be Chris Lambert. His record now 3-4. The loss goes to Rafael Rodriguez. He is 0-3. Save for Mark Worrell is his 11th of the year. Game time 3 hours and 16 minutes in front of a paid crowd of 2,661. Now, recapping the ball game. Springfield got out to the lead in the first inning against Rafael Rodriguez. Leadoff walk to Mike McCoy would be followed by a stolen base. 2-out single from Nick Stavinoha made it 1-0 Springfield, but the Travs answered immediately in the first inning. Leadoff single by Dwayne Bacon. He would steal second base and score on a 2-out single by Greg Porter. 1-1 ball game going into the second, but Josh Presley began the second inning with a home run inside the left field foul line. His second since coming over to Springfield, and it was 2-1 Cardinals after the second inning. Stayed 2-1 heading into the fourth. Rodriguez would not make it through the fourth inning. Walked the first batter, Iker Franco, before allowing a single to Juan Richardson. Josh Presley followed with a double over Dwayne Bacon's head in center field, scoring Franco, moving Richardson to third base. Cody Harther then stepped up and delivered a line drive single to left field. It bounced through Aaron Peel for a 2-base error, Harther given credit for 1 RBI, 2 runs scored on the play. Harther went to third on that error and would score after Rodriguez left the game. Michel Simard entered, and Harther scored on Mike McCoy's 1-out single past the drawn-up infield. So that 4-run fourth inning not only put the Cardinals ahead 6-1, but Peel was removed from the game almost immediately after that error by Trav manager Tyrone Boykin. You could see Peel and Trav coach Keith Johnson getting into a heated exchange in the dugout, possibly about whether or not Peel hustled or not, but certainly shouldn't have made that 2-base error. Then they retreated back into the tunnel that leads to the clubhouse, and hopefully cooler heads prevailed from there. So Jason Espedo replaced Peel in the game in left field, but it was 6-1 Cardinals, and the Travs had their starting pitcher Rodriguez give up 6 runs and 3 in the third inning. The Traveler bullpen was up to the task today. They kept Springfield off the scoreboard for the remainder of the ball game, and the Travs had plenty of opportunities to get back into it. They had the bases loaded in the 5th inning after Chris Lambert walked Brandon Wood and Greg Porter. And so with 2 outs, Matt Brown flied out to right field, leaving them loaded. Then in the 6th inning, with 2 outs, Brent Del Chiara worked a walk, which took Lambert out of the game. Justin Garza relieved and allowed Eric Rodlin single off the pitcher. That would put first and third, but Dwayne Bacon would fly out to center, stranding 2 more men. Travs managed 1 run in the 7th against Garza, leadoff single by Aaron Peel. A leadoff single by Jason Espedo, followed by a walk to Brandon Wood, one of 3 walks that Wood took today. And a 1-out single by Matt Brown to the right field gap moved Espedo to third base. They would be loaded up from Matt Pauley. Pauley delivered a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Espedo to make it a 6-2 score. And then Cory Doyne came on and struck out David Gates to strand 2 more men in scoring position. 6-2, Cardinals led going into the 8th inning, and the Travelers made it a 1-run game against Cory Doyne. The first 4 batters of the inning reached against Doyne, knocking him from the ballgame. Del Chiara was single, Rodlin a single, and then Dwayne Bacon loaded them up with a single off the pitcher's mound. So the bases loaded for Espedo. He would yank a base hit through first and second, a 2-run single on the play. Both Del Chiara and Rodlin scored, moving Bacon to third base, but Espedo would be caught off of first. A relay from the shortstop McCoy to first base was offline and thrown away. That scored Bacon on the throwing error, and Espedo got into second base, represented the tying run. He was at second with nobody out, and the Cardinals made a pitching change, bringing in Rich Scalamandri. Scalamandri started by walking Brandon Wood, putting the go-ahead run on base, but he wiggled out of the inning, getting a foul out from Greg Porter, struck out Matt Brown. Matt Pauley on a broken bat flat out to center field, strand 2 more men on the bases, and then the Travs went down in order against Mark Worrell in the 9th, sealing their fate. 6-5 Springfield wins. The Cardinals take the series 4-1, and the Travs drop to 15-27 overall. They've lost 11 of their last 13. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance post-game report, we'll have the scores from the Texas and the Major Leagues right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not
but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T with its passion to invent and SPC with its drive to deliver have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field as the Travs fall to the Cardinals. And the Travs lose 4 of the 5 games in this series. Travs lose 6-5 today. Springfield is now 6-3 against Arkansas on the season. Checking the scores in the Texas League. Tulsa and Wichita are off, and so with the Cardinals' victory, Springfield picks up a half game in the standings, and the Cardinals now a full 2 games up on the Drillers and 8 games ahead of the Wichita Wranglers. Frisco and Midland are in the top of the 4th inning, tied at 1. San Antonio scored 6 runs in the 1st inning, and the Missions lead Corpus Christi 6-2 heading into the top of the 4th. Homer by Josh Bonifay for the Hooks, his 7th. Brian LaHare went deep for the Missions, his 6th of the year. Major League final scores: Detroit shut out Cincinnati 1-0. Placido Polanco an RBI pinch hit single in the 8th. Rodney the win is 3-1. Aaron Harang went the distance for the Reds but takes the loss. He's 5-3. Todd Jones saved his 13th. Tampa Bay is shut out over the Florida Marlins 3-0 to secure a sweep. Scott Kazmir strikes out 11 and won his 7th against his 2 losses. He defeats Dontrelle Willis, who falls to 1-5. The Chicago Cubs knock out the Chicago White Sox 7-4. Michael Barrett, a big base hit in a 4-run 8th inning that proved to be the difference maker. The Cubs also hit 3 homers in the game. Aramis Ramirez hit 2. Jock Jones hit 1. Paul Konerko 2 home runs for the White Sox. He has 11 on the season. And A.J. Pierzynski hit his 2nd home run of the year. Carlos Zambrano won his 3rd straight. Neil Kotz took the loss. Ryan Dempster saved his 8th of the year. The St. Louis Cardinals get another home run and another win of the Kansas City Royals. Albert Pujols hit his Major League leading 22nd homer. 3rd straight game, Pujols has gone deep. 10-3, the Cardinals over the Royals. Hector Luna and Courtney Duncan also homered for the Cards, while Aaron Guile went deep for the Royals, his 3rd of the year. Jeff Suppan the winner. Scott Ellerton took the loss. In National League ballparks, Washington a winner over Baltimore 3-1. Livan Hernandez got his 2nd win after going 7 starts without a victory. Bruce Chen, the losing pitcher, falls to 0-5. And Chad Cordero saved his 5th of the season. Philadelphia doubled off Boston 10-5 at Citizens Bank Park. Bobby Abreu had a home run, his 5th, a triple and a single. Mike Lowell and Kevin Youkilis going deep for the Red Sox. Ryan Howard also homered for Philadelphia. Big left-handed first baseman, his 14th of the year. Corey Lytle got the win. He is 4-4. Jerry DiNardo, the loser, 1-2. The Milwaukee Brewers stormed past Minnesota with a 4-run 7th inning. Brewers win at 5-3. Carlos Lee's 2-run double proved to be the difference maker. Chris Capuano got the win. He's 5-3. Former Traveler Derek Turnbow saved his 14th. The Houston Astros get a mammoth pitching performance from Taylor Buchholz as he shuts out the Texas Rangers 5-0. Buchholz allowed only 5 base hits in the ballgame, didn't walk anybody, and won his 3rd of the year. Homers by Morgan Ensberg and Jason Lane off John Karanka were enough, and the Astros shut out Texas 5-0. Colorado 5, Toronto 3. A final out of Coors Field. Josh Fogg is the winner, 3-2. Ted Lilly, the losing pitcher, 4-4. Ryan Fuentes saved his 10th of the year, and Alex Rios hit his 9th home run for the Blue Jays. Currently at Dodger Stadium, the Angels are getting hit hard again. Dodgers scored 5 runs against Irvin Santana in the 1st inning, and the Dodgers lead the Angels 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Andre Ethier hit another homer, his 3rd. Atlanta over Arizona 2-0 on the top of the 7th inning. In games in American League ballparks, San Francisco 6, and the Oakland A's just 1. Matt Cain working on a 1-hit shutout. He has struck out 5 through 8 innings and takes that 1-hitter into the bottom of the 9th. Down in Seattle, it's 10-8. The Mariners leading the San Diego Padres. Robertson Bard going deep for the Pods. Everett and Ibanez for Seattle. Over at Shea Stadium on ESPN tonight, you can watch the Yankees and the Mets. Aaron Small on the mound for the Yankees. Tom Glavine will aim for his 5th straight win. Glavine is 6-2 with a 2.43 ERA. You get a chance to watch that game with first pitch at 7:05 on ESPN. By the way, as the final score now out of Oakland, Matt Cain achieves the 1-hit shutout, and the Giants defeat the A's by the final of 6-0. Those are all the scores from around baseball on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. If you're looking to travel for business or pleasure, Southwest can get you there with over 2,700 nonstop daily flights. Southwest Airlines is a symbol of freedom. Final score here at Raywinder Field, the Springfield Cardinals 6 and the Arkansas Travelers 5. We'll wrap it all up after these words on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. for every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with the safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Here are the official final totals for today's baseball game at Ravender Field. The Springfield Cardinals, 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 9 men left. Travelers scored 5 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors, and the Travs today strand 13. Winning pitcher Chris Lambert is 3-4, while Rafael Rodriguez falls to 0-3. His ERA goes over 11. Save goes to Mark Worrell, his 11th of the year. Game time was 3 hours and 16 minutes, and the paid attendance 2,661. So the Cardinals take 4 of 5 games in this series, and Springfield now at 25-16, a full 2 games up on the Drillers, 8 games ahead of the Wranglers. The Travs fall to 10.5 games off the pace with a league worst record of 15-27. And the next game for the Travs tomorrow at Frisco. The Rough Riders currently battling with the Midland Rockhounds. Frisco 20-21. It'll be our first look at the AA affiliate of the Texas Rangers this year. Pitching matchup tomorrow, Travs will send Chris Hunter to the hill. Hunter with a record of 1-3 and an .836 earned run average. We have no word on who the starting pitcher will be for the Frisco Rough Riders, but first pitch tomorrow will be 7 o'clock in the evening. Airtime 6:40 with the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. BC Powder, player of the game today, is going to be Josh Presley. Presley with a game-winning home run in the bottom of the second inning, top of the second inning. Presley reached base in 8 consecutive plate appearances, finishes 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. Honorable mention to Travs center fielder Dwayne Bacon, who finished 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC will get into your system fast. It gets in, it goes to work fast. Headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Again, we hope you'll join us tomorrow night for the first game of the 7-game road trip, 3 in Frisco and 4 in Midland. Until then, thanks to you for tuning in for this baseball broadcast, and thanks back at the studio to Matt Alderman and to the folks at minorleaguebaseball.com. Once again, the final score, the Springfield Cardinals 6, the Arkansas Travelers 5. I'm Phil Elson with a reminder that it is only a game. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.